Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. It still feels very early. I'm still very jet lagged. I'm not sleeping. But hopefully I'll be a bit more awake today. I mean, when I was playing Call of Duty yesterday, I was fine. It was when I switched over to Assassin's Creed yesterday, I was tired. But thank you to everyone that came and switched over to Assassin's Creed with me. It was fun. So, gonna be playing a little bit of DMZ. Haven't played DMZ for a while now. You know, I did a little bit a couple of weeks ago when I streamed from COD Next from the hotel. I haven't really done anything since then. Might put a Geist on, why not? I've got someone's sniper rifle. I've got a wallet with all of the money in. Yeah, let's just go in with this. I don't really have any missions to do, I guess, anymore. I can do some upgrade stuff. I need 2 classified documents, some electronic components, lighters, blowtorches, fuel rods, nitrogen, cigar boxes still, anti-armor round boxes I could do with that, durable gas masks, radiation blockers. Quite a lot of stuff, really, actually. This I'd quite like to do. I'd quite like to kill the pyro a few times. Don't really care about sniper ammo, and I'd quite like to do this. So I need heart lockets, insulin, small dolls, dog banks, and cat statues. I think I need some of those from Ashika, but we'll see. So we're going to be playing a randoms. Just hop into our Mazda, play a little bit, see how we get on, see what DMZ is like nowadays. What time is the update? It should be at 6 o'clock, so it's about 9 hours from now. 9 hours. I'll be live probably an hour before, just in case it goes early or anything. But yeah, I'll be live from an hour before the update. To be honest, I'm not expecting much from DMZ. I might even start with Warzone, because I think that'll be the best way to see the new stuff. And then I'll play some DMZ later tonight, but I'm not expecting great things, to be honest, from the DMZ side. I think for the Warzone side, it'll be awesome. Well, get new... What do people think? Will we get new missions for the haunting in DMZ? It's going to be my poll question today, rather. Oh no, not a Q&A. That's not what I wanted. End Q&A. Actually, right now I'm going to copy and paste that. Copy. End Q&A. Press the wrong buttons. God, it's really struggling to find a game of DMZ, isn't it? Start poll. That's what I wanted to do. Paste. There we go. Good morning, Stephen. Oh, I need to reset the member count as well. Reminds me seeing your membership thing. I should reset it, I think. Yeah, there we go. What's DMZ gonna be like? Like, I genuinely don't know. I can imagine there's just like not many people playing. But we'll see. See what my teammates are like. See whether I can remember how to play. Hopefully, I need to get back into playing this rather than Modern Warfare 3 with the movement and stuff. It'll be interesting to see how annoying it is. They're talking, what they're saying.
Flic, tu le prends pas mal? C'est pas trop péjoratif.
Welcome to Al Mazrah.
Talking French.
Explore, secure intel, and loot to gain access
Oh, well.
to new missions.
I might
Enemy
put them
threat
on.
is high, so expect contact.
On les rush à pied?
We've got big backpacks.
Ouais, ouais. Comme d'hab.
Why is he going over here? Oh, this is curious. What are you doing over
J'ai pas
here,
mon
mate?
snipe pour lui jouer à Paris. Ça fait chier.
What's this about?
Bah, c'est pas grave, on avance tranquillement jusqu'à ce qu'on puisse engager un tour. Le tour de reconnaissance est là, ok, donc s'il l'active, faut qu'on prenne vraiment colline pour pas être dedans.
Why are they... I've never seen people go over here. I don't know what this is for.
Putain, je cours pas vite avec mon pompe, hein. Joueur, ils arrivent direct. Ils sont direct à côté de nous.
Il arrive. Ok.
Ultra One, enemy threat appears low in this area.
What's this about? What's he doing? No, thank you, Nemesis. This guy's playing it like...
Requesting recon flyover.
Moving!
Moving. Affirm.
These people do not know we're here.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert. Movement in this area.
Oh, he's there.
Moving here!
Ultra One, your squad is separated. Suggest you stick together.
Is he gonna peek? The other guy's fighting at the garage.
Possible enemy here.
He's going up, which seems incredibly brave.
Le mien m'a échappé, Bidou. Je sais pas où il est.
I'm trying to be really quiet because I don't want to
Vous avez buté les vôtres?
let this guy know I'm down here. I think that's his gun. Yeah, that's his gun there.
Je pense que non.
Moving here.
Il y en a un dans la tour? Ouais, il y en a un dans la tour. Je vais essayer de l'occuper.
Seems to
Tu
be
puisses
about a
monter tranquille,
computer.
Bidou. Je l'occupe. Je lui ai mis une balle. Il a plus de Bidou.
Oh!
Tu peux monter.
Right, that's that guy down. I don't know what happened to the others.
Vous avez les deux du coup?
Tiens, j'ai un grand sac à dos, t'as besoin? Non, non, les autres sont barrés.
Non.
Ultra One, an operator is near your location and requesting medical.
Parce que moi le mien aussi il s'est barré, celui qui était parti.
Completing
Je l'ai
contracts earns
suivi.
you cash to buy gear and upgrades.
I don't know if
Non,
that...
ça c'est toi, ça je suis con.
Opérateur. Ok ouais, c'est lui qui fait la demande, qui est capté. L'autre il était parti station, ok.
Get down! Enemy here!
Il a un snipe ou pas l'autre? Celui qui est tout
Ouais,
en haut.
mais il est bof.
Moving!
Je te le prenne?
Ouais, si tu peux le dropper en bas. C'est toujours bien d'avoir un snipe même pourri.
Je pense qu'ils se sont barrés, ces maids. Hein. Là-bas. On parachute?
Ok. Bah t'arrives à drop le snipe avant?
Ouais, c'est bon. Tiens, je te le jette.
Oh, je le rattrape, je le rattrape, je le rattrape. Ah, je les rattrape au vol.
I don't
Vas-y,
get
j'y
what
vais,
they're
je parachute.
doing over there.
Vas-y.
Haunted missions in DMZ
Squad
would be
de
cool.
plate.
It would be awesome. I just don't think it's gonna
Sur
happen.
toi? Ouais, c'était le mec qui est mort.
in this sector.
La voiture.
Non, c'est des bots.
Non, voiture c'est bot. Il est squad carrément.
Non, mais c'est le mec qui est mort.
Non, sinon ça m'aurait dit opérateur.
Ah, mais sa team elle
I
s'est
don't know
barrée.
what these
gros.
guys are doing. Do you know what? The movement doesn't feel that different to me. I feel like that's sacrilege.
C'est à Quarry, c'est à Quarry.
I feel like the movement's better in Modern Warfare 3, but it's not like an insane difference.
Oula, j'ai pris une balle. Ça vient de quoi? Ah ouais, c'est sur moi.
Regarde.
Ultra One, actual. UAV is on station.
2 sur moi, bâtiment bleu.
Sur moi, sur moi. Aïe, décaisse.
All Ultra be advised, killing operators will mark you as a bounty target.
What that guy said.
T'as encore du monde sur toi, Bidou?
Careful. Possible enemy here.
Oh, il est mort.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
He doesn't have
Ultra One, an
anything I
operator is
want.
requesting medical near your
Comes
location.
first. Well, I think I've killed 3 players so far. Probably a bit mean.
J'arrive sur toi, Bidou.
The guy's just hiding. He's just trying to get the safe. He ain't hurting anybody. We're now in that weird period between COD titles. Yeah, well, we've tasted the old one. Oh.
Voiture sur moi.
Ultra One, your squad is scattered. Sticking together will help you survive.
La voiture. Voiture qui t'arrive dessus, Bidou.
I kind of vaguely understand what they're saying. Like, my French is good enough to be like that. He was just saying, it's a car, it's a car.
Ultra
not to
One, we're
understand the other
seeing
stuff.
increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Enemy car marked.
Whoa!
Look around!
Enemy operators secured a weapons case. Tracking their location
Sniper
on
qui
your
me tire
attack
dessus
map.
derrière toi, Bidou. De derrière toi.
Ultra One, actual.
What was that
UAV
guy?
is returning to base.
Ok, ouais, vu. Colline.
Moving here.
Il me l'a mise. Il est allongé juste à côté du ping jaune.
Probably do some more armor, really. I should have picked up more. Oh.
Je le vois plus.
Where did I get shot from? I don't think the guys who I'm with are all that good, to be honest. I seem to be doing a lot of the dirty work here. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already.
J'essaye de le repérer à la thermique, je le vois pas. Je ne le vois pas. Ça c'est toi, ok.
Ultra One, kill confirmed. Too many of those will put a bounty contract on your head.
Le vert l'a buté.
Ah putain. J'en vois 2-3 qui
Juste au moment où je l'ai
Ultra One,
pingé, le
be
vert il l'a
advised,
buté.
an operator in your area needs medical.
Do-do-do.
Je traquais le putain.
Valise avec crack, joueur.
So what's that, 4 I've killed now?
La valise va s'écraser.
Hey man,
Why is there 2 M-maps down there?
I never hurt anyone. Can I get a res?
You did shoot
Thanks,
me
man.
once.
Well, only after your teammates or you shot at me, so...
No, I didn't even know where you were.
Alright, well, I was the one left on my team and had 3 guys hunting me, so...
Toi qui snipe là?
Ouais. La valise.
Enemy operators extracted a weapons case.
Dude, he was like, I didn't hurt anyone. It's like,
Seulement que j'allais mettre un silence.
did shoot me.
Voiture électrique là, qui n'a rien à foutre là.
Ouais, mais en bas il y avait du monde depuis tout à l'heure. Si, il y a une voiture électrique, il faut qu'il spawn dessus.
Ouais, mais pas.
Hey, Benny,
Ah,
how's
si,
it
si,
going?
oui, elle est placée normale. J'ai rien dit. Je crois qu'elle était assez.
Il y avait une team tout à l'heure en bas.
Ouais, mais on va aller voir ça.
Why is there 2 M-Raps here?
On va juste absolument
That's
se
not
mettre un
normal,
silence
is it, for there to be
sur
2 M-Raps? There's one there.
son Juan, il va y
There's
avoir
one
du monde
here.
avec l'extract.
That's weird. Let's go. Hey, Ultra Club, thank you very much. Thank you for kicking off the members for today. But yeah, this is going to be a weird phase for DMZ where it's like,
Ouais,
people
je
just
pense qu'on
don't
va-
have missions they want to do anymore.
C'est pas Lexine.
Look, like, one of the guys doesn't even have any missions equipped. One of them's got 2 completed missions equipped.
Autoréa, t'es en rab, Bidou?
And a Vondor mission equipped.
Non, j'ai que la mienne d'équiper.
J'en ai 2 en rab. Je t'en
I
refais.
need armor. I need armor.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Ça y est, je peux vous drop des plaques aussi.
Wait.
T'as Bidou, toi. Tiens. Tiens.
Armor here.
Good morning, very Viking
Tu peux nous emmener
crew.
au shop de Quarry, s'il te plaît.
UAV
Au shop de
Thank
Juan.
you. Yeah, I thought that was quite a good game. I mean, I also lost a bit. I don't want to, like,
Ultra One, enemy
I don't know why, but I don't want to be disingenuous about how good I am at Call of Duty. Like, I know, obviously, there's some incentive, maybe, let's say, to
Moi je te le frappe de mortier, tu vois.
so, you know, just clip together the best bits and all the times when I successfully kill someone.
On bouge. Vas-y.
But I think it's,
Voiture, vite.
Je suis là.
Ah non,
I
c'est une
think
voiture.
lots of people have said that, you know, they kind of like my gameplay where I'm a bit more, well, I'm maybe a bit more honest, maybe, you know, I'm a bit more like, hey, like you get to see all the times I die as well as all the times that I...
Le moindre fight, on est mort.
For some reason I thought there were players there, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh la doublette.
Ouais, t'as vu ça?
Actual to Ultra One,
quoi, ça?
UAV is in orbit over your location.
Ouais, les players.
Ça va péter derrière nous.
Il est avec nous le frère là?
Non, il est en train d'activer
Right, let's go catch up with that.
la tour.
Good morning, Barry. How's it going? Very Viking, thank you so much.
Putain, il a aucun signe sur la map d'activité de joueur.
But yeah, I show all my beefs. But yeah, no, I think it was good to put in like that entire game of Cutthroat. So I did, obviously I used that game because it was close, like it got to 2-2-2, so the last round was like whoever won that won the whole thing. And I happened to be like the main person who did stuff in that last round. But Notice I didn't leave out any of the rounds where I just died without getting any kills. Like, I don't know. A bit more authentic. I might still at some point do a thing of like, oh, me and the beta and just go through all the beta clips. And I take out all the times I get a good snipe or whatever. I might do that still, because, you know, just like an ego thing, really. I don't mind if I die with this character. I kind of don't like the orangutan skin anymore. But it's like, what else are you meant to do in DMZ right now? Picking up items is super boring. Like just being like, oh, I want to get like 20 radiation bottles, radioactive pills. If I just came in the game just to do that, it would be so dull. But fighting players even, I don't know. Doesn't feel as exciting nowadays. I don't really know why. What am I drinking? Innocent berry to go. I went and bought a meal deal breakfast from the co-op. And you can get that drink. And I thought having some vitamins might be good because I still feel a bit like crap from all the travel.
I'm taking fire.
Okay.
An operator is near your location and requesting medical. Ultra One, UAV is bingo, fuel and RTB.
Sur la colline à droite, t'as dit?
Ouais, c'est un sniper.
Ok, vu, tout en haut. Saute.
Sniper's got us sighted.
Pike mark.
Crac. À terre. Et gros, au travers des arcs, on le voit.
Requesting medical near
Il est
your
à terre, mais je peux pas
location.
le finir. Hein.
Requesting fire mission. Target mark.
Pile de droite.
Mortar strike on the way.
I came over here because I thought maybe the people that were fighting on the train, but
Spread
they're on.
out and stay together. Impact. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
God damn, fighting these
Ouais,
things. I need blow torches.
C'est les mecs là qui sont morts. Il est mort, t'es sûr?
Ah bah regarde, il y a une demande.
You got accused of cheating, nice. It's always good when that happens. I haven't been accused of cheating in
Ouais,
ages.
le Mandel, c'est bien faire le
Probably says more about me.
Peut-être.
temps. C'est déjà en premier de preuve.
He tagged me.
Il a plus son corps qui bouge.
Vas-y, il a full clé, lui, il a le Bagra. Il a attaqué les États-Unis. Il bouge.
Right, here we go. I mean, that's really good, Ultra Clap. Don't forget to like the stream. There's 71 of you watching. No, 60 of you watching. Two people left as soon as I said that. But only 16 likes. Some of you have forgotten. Some of you might not like the stream. That's okay.
Low in your area.
Taking fire.
Dropping ammo here.
We have an ammo box here. Marking gas mask.
I don't know if these count as durables or not. I hope so.
Ok, il y a une demande qui vient de disparaître là-haut.
Copy. I'm heading your way.
Et il y en a une qui
Ouais,
va
je pense que c'est à cause du temps.
Copy. I'm headed your way.
Yeah, the kill cams are really dodgy. That is accurate.
Ultra One, enemy
deuxième
threat
vient
is
de
moderate
disparaître.
near your location.
Ouais, je pense que ça a duré trop longtemps, je pense.
Ouais. Et on va aller faire un tour aéroport et compagnie. Il y a un
Ouais, ce que
hélico
je
en
pense, hein.
plus là-haut. Il y a une track d'escouade à prendre.
Contract here.
Vas-y, on cherche la track.
There was one like just behind us, but okay. Okay, let's go this way.
J'essaie de checker la tour de l'aéroport.
Ultra One, be advised.
Ah, yeah,
Threat
putain
level is
d'arbre.
high in this
Oh,
area.
you've already seen like when I did my excuse wheel tweet for the last weekend of the beta, and everyone was saying it was just people cheating. Now a lot of what I've seen is people just claiming the spawns,
Low in the area.
saying like, "Oh, I would have got a nuke easy if it wasn't for the
Be
terrible
advised,
spawns in
winds
this
are picking
game."
up. Move to an
Sure.
extraction point.
Sure. You can go out there, mate.
Ultra One, be advised. Tactical is heading your way.
Ah, c'est cassé, c'est tout
You
de
are
là.
taking effective fire. Ultra One, actual. That intel confirms an enemy team engaged operators near your location. Targets are marked on your tactical.
Camion. Ouais, il vient le vert là.
Oh, vite, hein, sinon on va perdre la voiture sinon.
The team have got to hunt clear on the
De
other
l'autre
side of
côté
the
de la
map.
map, t'as le Mazara.
That's fun.
Ouais, j'ai vu. On recharge et puis on y va.
Are many of you going to be playing the Haunting tonight? You excited for it?
C'est là ce qu'on traverse la map.
No one's ever died legitimately in COD, this is true. You're mildly excited. I'm super excited. I like the Haunting stuff is always. I've actually got a poster of the Haunting behind my green screen. But like the Haunting is always my favourite events that they've done in Warzone. Every time. They're just so much fun. And it seems like there's a lot more to it. Like it seems like this year we get everything we had before, plus all of these like cool boss fight type things. Sounds good. You know, the Butcher and the Swamp Monster thing.
Tu sais, la petite
That
tour rouge,
train.
là,
Sounds really cool.
à côté du spawn qu'il y a là-haut. Je pense, hein, parce qu'il est au milieu de nulle part, il bouge pas. Ou alors il est campé dans la maison là. La maison qui est à côté de la tour rouge.
That's what people wanted though, isn't it, Stretchy? It's like people wanted to be able to quickscope people and use snipers effectively in multiplayer. So now we've got semi-automatic snipers with very little flinch,
En gros, il est mort.
super accurate, one-shot kill to the chest. What people wanted.
Ça me dit rien, Almazra. Personne.
Oh, I'm glad, man. I wonder if I'd have a quick COD. It's been 20 years
Si le mec
now.
fait en fantôme, ça peut dire un temps.
Dès que j'ai un visu sur la tour rouge, je regarde, je check. Il est pas dans la tour, il est dans la maison.
Ok.
Push la maison, push la maison.
C'est vrai.
Il a bougé, il a bougé.
Marking extraction zone.
Il est à l'extract. Il vient d'appeler en plus. L'hélico est déjà là.
Ultra One, actual. Target is half a click
Il y a
to your
full bot.
west.
Il est en face. J'ai
Il y a
cru le
full
voir.
bot. Hein.
Ultra
Dedans,
One,
dedans.
a squad
Dedans,
mate
bidou,
is
bidou.
down. You are taking Ultra One, a squad
Ah
mate
non.
is down. You are taking Ultra One, actual. Radiation is spreading through the area. Advise moving to an extract
What were
point.
they
Ah, il y a un
thinking?
cadavre qui est parti avec. Je sais pas si c'est le tien ou le mien.
Non mais le mec il nous a eu tous les deux quoi.
Ouais, ouais. Go revive, guys. It's okay.
Et Geeky, il fait quoi hein?
Mais il y en a qu'un des deux qui pourrait être là. Il y a un cadavre.
Tu vois c'est qui?
Ultra One,
It's such
threat is moderate in the AO.
a silly thing to do.
Ah non, c'est bon, le cadavre, il va être tombé, je pense.
We ran over there.
Il est là.
Had no idea where he was.
Ah, regarde. C'est pas une tapette, tu viendras faire une réa dans le gaz.
It's alright, I basically understand what they're saying.
C'est mon
Je suis comme ça.
Hey, Andy.
Non,
It'll be your first haunting. It'll be, have a good time.
Ultra One, extraction is inbound at this time.
You can go get him.
Ultra One, you have a
Lui, tu
squad
vois, il serait pas
member
venu.
bleeding out.
Lui,
They
se
need
barre.
a revive.
I didn't quite realise that the
Ou alors il a appelé extra
helicopter's
quand
coming in.
Faut que tu me pousses. Faut que tu pousses mon cadavre. Ah, t'as pas de masque à gaz.
Ultra One, extraction is no longer possible in that area. Get to an alternate extract point.
Pousse légèrement mon cadavre et...
Did you get him up?
Dino 4's at the extract point. Be
Tu vas, il
advised,
risque
we
de se
can't
remettre en
stay here
levrette.
long.
Moi, je peux pas.
Faut être deux pour faire ça. Ouais, faut être deux pour faire ça. Et le collègue il vient pas. Vas-y, bah barre-toi, gros.
Did
Vas-y,
you
on va
not
se
get
faire
him?
pas.
Oh, maybe you
Ouais.
can't get him because he like fell
Moi,
out of
ça
the
m'est
thing.
arrivé une fois et en fait il faut que pendant qu'il y en a un qui pousse le cadavre, l'autre enclenche la réanimation en même
Dino
temps.
4 to actual. All
I don't
objectives.
understand what they're saying
Dès que
now.
t'arrêtes
They're
de
probably
bouger, il se
blaming
remet
me
en
for them
sur
two
le levrette,
dying.
là.
I imagine.
Ok.
T'as plus d'armes?
Yeah,
t'as plus-
classics were
t'as
good.
tout piqué?
Hi, President
Il m'a
General.
tout pris à une vitesse.
T'as ton 3 plaques, ton grand sac?
J'ai plus rien.
Si t'as un 3 plaques. Je te vois.
Ah bon?
Yeah, I feel like they just drove over to the exfil helicopter, so they knew someone was
Ouais,
there,
c'est ça que j'ai encore. Mais il a pris mes
and
armes.
then they like didn't have any idea where he was, but they drove right up to the bottom of the thing. He just said he couldn't rest. Fair enough.
En
Fair
fait, il est
enough.
monté dans l'hélico et je l'ai pas vu. Donc du coup, je me suis retourné et il est monté au même moment où je me suis retourné. Et il m'a switché BFC.
Some of that isn't real words, I'm sure. Wonder if melee weapons will still be the meta. I don't know. 6 p.m. UK time. Have they actually confirmed that? I know lots of people have just said it because like that's the sort of time when they do updates.
Et en fait, j'ai pas perdu
But I
mon
haven't
stuff.
seen confirmation. And the only reason I think it might be different
Regarde, j'ai encore mes armes.
is
j'ai
that
encore mes
I think
autoriades.
Raven are in charge of this and not Infinity Ward. Just the stuff that they've posted on the, you know, they did that trader and that roadmap thing yesterday. That's it. I don't want to know more if people know like leaks and stuff. I'm not interested. 4 operator kills. That's not bad for my first game back on DMZ. That was fairly easy. 4 easy kills there. I do like. Part of me feels bad. Part of me genuinely is like, ah, hey, I got 100 points. I think that means I can buy a pack. I've got enough points for a pack. Part of me feels bad just killing people in DMZ. But I honestly don't know what else to do that's interesting. Right, all my thing. So now I've got 2,400 cold points. I think I will get... what's his name? Oh my god, why can't I remember his name? Lilith and... Inarius. Inarius. I'll probably get Inarius. But I'm kind of tempted by this pack. I think this pack's kind of interesting. Because you get a zombie skin, and the finishing move is a zombie. It's one of those where like a zombie comes out and kills people. That's pretty cool. You get a 7.62 that looks pretty good and has some cool effects. You also get a 74U, like both those guns are actually good guns. And you get this cool Tav skin. All of that stuff's pretty cool to me. So yeah. Maybe. But the Inarius bundle, I want to see what's in the Inarius bundle before I, you know, commit. Oh, and I can get rid of there. I just stole someone's gun. Just to have another gun in my contraband, really. Right, here we go. Will we get a reset for DMZ at one point? I don't think so. I genuinely... like... it's been hard for me to get across on Twitter, apparently, what's going on with DMZ. Like, I genuinely don't think anyone's working on it. I feel like maybe there'll be some bug fixes and stuff like that, you know, if there was something really bad where it's horribly broken, they would get some people to work on bug fixes. I don't think there's any new content coming to DMZ. Like, ever. Like, I think it's just, DMZ is done. That's what I'd be surprised today if there's anything in the haunting stuff for DMZ. Anything in the haunting stuff that is specific to DMZ, I will be shocked by. Like, I'll be genuinely surprised by. What I'm expecting to happen for the DMZ stuff for the haunting is that there'll just be a load of the sort of stuff that's happening on the map in Battle Royale will also be happening on the map in DMZ. Like, and you'll be able to get the tokens for the event, I guess. But I don't think we're ever getting new content for this version of DMZ. I think this is it. Which is, you know, a shame. For some people, I mean, I don't know, I'm happy. I'm fine with moving on to something else, but I can understand some people, like, this is the only thing they like playing at the moment, so that's a shame. Hopefully they find something else to move on to, you know. Hopefully maybe some of them will go over to Tarkov, maybe some of them will discover games like The Division. Sea of Thieves is really good now. You know, there's a bunch of other stuff that you could play that's a bit like this. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'll get any teams like that today, Dave. Like that last team, they didn't have any missions equipped that they could do. One of them had no missions equipped. One of them had one Vondel mission equipped and 2 completed ones. You're thinking what they'll do with DMZ is won't be focusing on it as much. No, they're not. No one's working on it. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, from my conversation with the creative director of Raven, he was basically saying to me, this was like a one-on-one conversation. I asked what's going on with DMZ, and he said, he admitted, first of all, you know, it's not his thing, so he doesn't really know in terms of whether there's anything going on at Infinity Ward. But he was like, Raven are taking over Warzone. Raven have basically already taken over Warzone. Like, they've already been working on it. But, like, when Season 1 starts, that is, like, Raven now are doing everything on the Warzone side. They have absolutely no involvement with DMZ whatsoever. And Infinity Ward won't be touching Warzone from Season 1. So, like, why would they add stuff to DMZ if they're not, like, involved in that at all? I imagine what will probably be happening is they'll start working on a new version of Warzone for a new version of DMZ for when the next Infinity Ward game comes out. I wouldn't be surprised to see DMZ come back in a couple of years. But I don't think we're going to get it for a while. So, what missions do these people have? Kill Connie soldiers on Al Masra, ping a vehicle on attack map, acquire a Basilisk, acquire an MRAP key, and unlock the MRAP. Okay, we can do that. If there is PvP, there's going to be players coming over there in a second to try and kill us. A bit scary. Who's Wizard? It's weird though. Loads of DMZ people, when I asked, is there anything people want me to ask at COD next? Loads of people just wanted me to ask that. And I asked it to the best person I possibly could of who was there. I don't think any Infinity Ward developers were at the event, but as far as I know. But I asked it to the person who is in charge of Warzone now. And got what I thought was a pretty clear answer. But still people are like being funny about it. And it's like, what more do you want? It would be cool if they had a new faction. I'm almost certain. Oh, what, for the haunting? It would be cool if they did. Today, I would say today's the last chance we've got to get new content for DMZ. And the roadmap, I feel like if there was new content coming, then the roadmap would have made it clear. And it didn't. I feel like they would have been advertising the fact that there was new stuff coming to DMZ, and they haven't. So, I don't think we're getting anything.
here.
So these guys... No, they're not doing a mission. Maybe they will. Oh, blowtorch. Do need a blowtorch. Not going to complain about that. Wizard's another streamer. Should check him out. He currently holds the DMZ kill record. I didn't even know there were such things. I didn't know people were keeping records of stuff like that. What is the DMZ kill record? Like, what's the most kills someone's got? Is his name just Wizard? That seems like a hard name to keep hold of.
Safe contract here.
What are these two doing? I'll keep following them.
Ultra One, be
They're just
advised,
getting
UAV is
bots.
RTB at this time.
Will I be playing a run through of the Modern Warfare 3 campaign when it's released? Yes! I'll do the campaign on normal, just to, you know, enjoy the story and stuff, and then I'll play it through on Veteran. I don't think I streamed it last time. I think I'll stream it this time. They did actually, Activision gave me a copy of the Vault Edition earlier, yesterday I think they gave it to me. So, I will have it all preloaded and ready to go. It's exciting. That's just bots. This guy is very... Oh, I need some electrical components. I think I need like 100 electrical components. You having fun fighting bots, mate? Oh, I thought you'd be dead. Let's get in here.
Ultra One, completing contract.
He was interested to hear my feedback. Oh, cool. Well, just tell him to get in touch on like Twitter or whatever. I'm all happy to talk to other streamers and stuff. Sorry, I don't know him, but like, if he gets in touch with Twitter, I'm happy to share whatever I've heard, whatever I've been told. 38 operator kills as a solo. That seems ridiculous. I didn't even know there were that many people in a game of DMZ. Or did he kill everyone in Verdansk and then go into Koshai Complex and kill everyone there? I guess that would make sense. There'll be at least 3 updates for DMZ. If you want clues as to the new events, you need to collect the notes. Right. Okay. I think I've seen pretty much all of the notes. Maybe there's a couple I haven't seen, but I haven't seen any. So far, none of them have really talked about events as such. You know, none of them have linked to in-game stuff. They've always just been a bit of backstory, explaining a bit of the environment normally. But if you want to believe that there's going to be 3 events for DMZ, you go right ahead.
Got a pistol here.
I'm not. One of them needs that for his mission. Oh man, if I pick it up, will it count?
Ultra One, enemy reinforcements are approaching your position.
Assault rifle here.
Campaign will be war crimes with your favorite operators. Yep. But you know what? When I had to do this mission for myself, it shows that I've got a lot better at the game. So I had to do this mission for myself. I found it really hard to get headshots with this gun. And I was just like, boop. Say that and I missed. There we go, I got one now. There, I think that's done. That's done? Yeah, I've just finished his mission for him. I hope he's very happy about that. Where's my X12? There, I completed a mission. Not my mission, but I completed one. An in-game reveal of what, Stretchy? I'm really surprised that they haven't done... Well, not surprised, but because I know, like, obviously this whole thing is, like, Raven, I guess. And MWZ is Treyarch and DMZ's Infinity Ward. But it would have been cool. It would have been cool if we'd got some it would have been cool if we'd got some sort of tie-in with the Haunting and DMZ and MWZ to try and like get some people over. Maybe they will, but I think it's unlikely. God, the smoke's annoying, isn't it?
Watch where you fire!
Unlock, secure any contents you need.
You guys having fun with all that loot? I don't really need anything from it. I'm happy for them to take it. Thoughts on MWZ? I'm really excited for it. I think at launch I'll really enjoy it from what I've heard. I've spoken to Westy. I spoke to Westy a lot. And I actually was in a taxi with a load of the zombie guys. So like Dalek and Pizza and Noah and Chopper. And was talking to them about their thoughts on it and stuff. And it definitely, to me, it sounds like something I'll really like. My big question at this point is how much will it be updated? Because I think if it's not updated a lot, that'll kind of ruin it for content and stuff. You know, it'd be nice if every half season we got some new missions and we got like new locations and stuff like that. You know, if they really tried to keep it as like a live service thing ongoing. I'm a little bit worried they won't do that. I'm a little bit worried that it'll just be, you know, kind of one and done. That we'll get what we get at the beginning. And then, you know, it'll be like 2 months, 3 months before we get a second thing. And then another 3 months before we get the next thing. And then that's it. You know. Kind of like Vanguard Zombies, how we didn't ever end up getting anything like super exciting as a result of it, did we? Like, you know, it was a long time between the updates. Do I need sensitive documents? I feel like maybe. Maybe I need classified documents, don't I? I'm coming. But yeah, like it was a long time between updates for Vanguard and like Outbreak and stuff like that. If they can do more frequent updates, I think MWZ will be really cool. There were notes about Koshai Complex before Koshai. There were notes about Building 21 before Building 21. Notes about the Observatory event before happened. The notes for about the Observatory event. There were things about the Observatory event in the missions. Not in, like, not just in the general notes in the game. I can't remember any notes about Building 21 or Koshai Complex before they opened, though. Maybe I'm wrong. There was just that thing from the chemist saying, like, where he said something like, oh, I need to give a thumb drive to someone, but it didn't say anything about Building 21. I think the Building 21 and Koshai Complex notes were added when Building 21 and Koshai Complex were added. But anyway, I mean, like I said, I'm very confident from talking to the people who now run Warzone that there is nothing more for DMZ. It's done. And I know some people choose not to believe it. I don't know whether, like, they don't believe I've spoken to developers, or they don't believe that Ted Timmons would know what's happening in Warzone, which seems weird because he's the creative director. Or what it is. Like, I don't know where the disbelief is, but each their own. If people are questioning whether I even spoke to Ted Timmons, there were a lot of people around when I was talking to him. I think I had like 3 conversations with him over the week. Face Testy was next to me when I spoke to him once, and like afterwards he like said had to go away and do something, and Testy like turned around to me and was like, "What? You can just like talk to him?" I was like, "Yeah, he's just a guy. He's just a guy." They're most likely giving up on DMZ as it takes more resources than old Warzone. I genuinely think it's simpler than that. It's just I don't know how else to word it. I feel like I'm not making it clear because people still don't seem to understand. I genuinely think the reason it's not being supported anymore is because it's an Infinity Ward thing. It's an Infinity Ward thing. It was in the free part of Warzone for whatever reason, I don't know. But it's Infinity Ward were the only development team working on it. Infinity Ward are no longer working on Warzone.
Marking extraction zone.
So then it's just like not a part of it anymore.
Ultra
I
One,
feel like,
actual.
especially with something
UAV
that was
returned
like
to base.
DMZ, where the mechanics of it are so tied to, you know, the rest of it, everything that they do in the game affects it, like everything they choose to do with AI, with map changes, everything like that. That's fine when Infinity Ward are doing both Warzone and DMZ, but then when Raven took over Warzone, then it suddenly gets a lot trickier that you're having to coordinate that across 2 studios. You know, and you've seen that. Like, I think Raven actually took over Warzone a few months ago, and since then we haven't really had anything for DMZ. I think like
Ultra One, enemy threat is moderate near your location.
I think the it's ended a bit. Are there people shooting now? I don't know what these people are doing. Oh, we're driving over. We'd be very easy to kill right now. But yeah, I think the reason there's no DMZ is that it's an Infinity Ward thing. That's it. And, you know, like, I'm sure if it had have been a massive success, they could have tried to get Raven in on it. They could have got one of the other studios to work on it. I'm sure there's lots of things they could have done. But I don't think it was a big success. I don't think it's ever been that popular. It's never had that much of a following. It's never had that many. I don't think it's brought many new people to the game. You know, it's not got new people spending money on the game that weren't before. And so we're not keeping it. And I think that makes sense. It's fair enough. Same thing with zombies, you know, people always say like, oh, why don't they do more zombie stuff? I'm sure it's very simple, that it just doesn't make much money. Like, if Zombie Chronicles 1 had made an insane amount of money, I'm sure we would have got a Zombies Chronicles 2. But I guess compared to the amount of time and effort it took, it just wasn't worth it. Johnny Rock says, I bet money will blow open Building 21 and have to extract the 7 trucks that we had to put trackers on. I mean, the top of Building 21 is just a visitor center. We've seen it in a multiplayer map now. But that'd be weird. They put that mission where we had to put the trackers on quite a long time ago. It's weird if they didn't do anything for it. And then when DMZ's basically done, they're like, oh, but now we're going to blow it open. I don't think so. You can't imagine DMZ taking up much resources containing the crux of its content is from Warzone. That's definitely not true. I know that's not true. I've spoken to people who designed the missions for... There's like 2 key people who designed the missions for DMZ. And they've said quite a lot about how, like, the mechanics that they need for missions... kind of them getting anything new added to the game for DMZ is really difficult because obviously it can introduce lots of other problems into the game. And it's quite a complex thing. So when they add new stuff, like they said the that mission where you have to pick up the bomb and take it to Embassy was a really complex one to do because it had like new mechanics that didn't exist in the game. Like that was a really resource intensive thing to get working and to make sure it worked right. And I think... that, you know, on top of that, we've also had Koshai Complex and Building 21. Like, we've had 2 maps that are only for DMZ. I think stuff like that is way, way, way more, like, expensive in terms of time or, I guess, money, if you think about it like that, than maybe people realize. I think DMZ is a very complicated thing. Like, incredibly complicated. I'm sure there's a reason no one else has done what DMZ's done. Like, you just don't have other games with... the whole sort of PvPvE thing, these complex missions with the player count that we have and the number of maps. You know, the closest thing is Tarkov. And if you've played Tarkov, you know how incredibly buggy and broken that is, how long it takes them to make stuff. I think it's... and I think the player count in Tarkov is much, much lower. But yeah, it's... I think it's kind of impressive what they've managed to do. I think what's going to happen with DMZ is it's going to go the Warzone Cold Era way, where they'll say it's still running, they'll say it's still supported for like another 6 months, maybe a year, and then they'll shut it down over time, like they did Warzone Cold Era. They'll be like, okay, we're closing down that side of it, because otherwise they're going to have to keep on doing support for like the Modern Warfare 2 version of Warzone 2, while also running the Modern Warfare 3 version of Warzone 2 that's like kind of a different game in some ways. You know, because it's got different maps and stuff like that, and features. A different launcher, I'm guessing. And then, yeah, I think they'll shut it down. And then when Infinity Ward do their next game, whether that's in 2025 or 2026, then I think we'll probably get another version of DMZ, where like they'll take some of the stuff they've learned from it. But, I mean, I might be wrong. DMZ might be even less popular than I think it is. In which case, it might be that this is the end of DMZ and we never see it again. It never comes out of beta. Because I know, like I said before, DMZ is a bit like zombies in that the community love it and it's the only mode they play and they think it's amazing and everything. But I don't think they realize how small it is. And, you know, they'll watch, like, the handful of streamers that get like thousands of viewers while they're playing it, and they'll be like, well, look, there's loads of people who love this mode. But I would hazard a guess that almost maybe even a majority of those people watching don't actually play the mode, and even then it's only a few thousand people. But I think a lot of them would prefer to watch it than play it, the same as it was with zombies. You know, I spent years and years barely playing zombies, but I'd watch Noah J streaming it all the time. And so, like, the studios aren't making much money from it, and it's a very complex, difficult thing to make. I wouldn't be surprised, like, if it just never came back, if it just died. What happened to the promise of 2 years of support for DMZ? I can't remember them ever saying that. F in chat for no more DMZ content. You love the mix of it. Yeah. Right, I'm just trying to catch up with chat. The notes in Vondel deal a lot with the new Haunting update, do they? I've got all of the notes except for one for Vondel. Let's have a look. Notes, Vondel. I've got 16 out of 17. Which ones are to do with the Haunting update? Lazarus site sounds a bit like it could be. Maybe. Lazarus, you know, Lazarus brought back from the dead, maybe. That's not, that's just about the security forces. That's not. That's just about the team. That's not. People marching through the sewers. This is just about the surprise attack on Vondel. That's not. That's about the new peacekeeping force. That's about the peacekeeping force. That's just about the vet, isn't it? Something stolen from the museum, singing. That's just about the whole invasion thing. What out of those is talking about the haunting? Like I said, I don't have the last one, Stadium Orders. I think I've read it before they added this whole thing where you could track them all. But annoyingly, you couldn't get it now because it wasn't in the box where it's meant to be. Do you think it'd be a nice compromise if they allowed you to do all the missions from all seasons? I don't think they can. I think there's problems with the map for stuff like that. It's hard to say without stats. It's kind of hard to say, but I think it's pretty clear that DMZ is not a huge mode. Like, the fact that if you try and get in a game with a friend, if you both load it at the same time, now you're almost guaranteed to get in the same game as them. When you go into Koshai Complex, normally it's completely empty and there's no other players in there. Al Mazrah feels a lot more empty. It feels like there's like 5 or 6 teams in Al Mazrah at the moment instead of the like 16 there used to be, or however many it was. I would say it's pretty clear that like DMZ doesn't have a huge population. What's with the adult Groot skin? Didn't they make the adult Groot skin glow? Even the basic version of it, doesn't he glow, run it? Let's have a look. If I go to just Warzone, then I can look at operators. Didn't they make it? I can't remember. Which operator is it? I can't remember who. It's one of the women, isn't it? Is it Nova? Yeah.
Got your 6, mate!
Oh, I thought they made it glow like this. I thought it said in the patch notes. Is that maybe they're going to do it? But I thought they said that they had made it glow. Obviously they didn't. There we go. Real shame had lots of potential, but writing was on the wall for you when they brought in the pay-to-win elements. I thought they were pay-to-win. I spoke to some of the community managers about that, just being like, yeah, I definitely think it's considered pay-to-win. And I don't expect that to stop. I think that'll happen with zombies as well. You know, you'll get stuff where it's like, this character always spawns with a ray gun or something like that. I think that'll happen. But yeah, I think like like I said, I don't think DMZ ever really took off. Like I think they tried a lot of stuff Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 2, with Spec Ops and the raids and DMZ, and I just don't think any of them were really like a huge success. You know, DMZ was more popular than Spec Ops and the raids for sure, partly maybe because it was in the free-to-play part of the game, but I don't think it's made them a lot of money. 50 saying content like what? As far as I know, DMZ exclusive content is like Koshai and Building 21. Other than that, most of anything is from Warzone. All of the like AI spawns, all of the different item spawns, you know, like having to have all of the different like miscellaneous loot around the game, all of the stuff for the missions, all of the logic for the missions, that's all DMZ specific. Every time they do a new map, they obviously have to put all of that stuff in, you know, all AI spawns all over the map, all of the object locations, the bosses and everything. I think they know it's not actually Groot, Joe. It just looks like Groot because it's a tree person. Hello, Straw. How many hours has it taken me to complete all the missions in DMZ? I haven't actually finished all the missions in DMZ. I just finished all the ones I wanted to. You can see I finished... So in Shadow Company, I didn't do missile transports. Even though that's one I have done it, but it just keeps on resetting and saying I haven't done it, which is annoying. I haven't done that one where you have to clear 4 restricted zones in Koshai Complex and extract intel found on them. I haven't done collect 2 bounties, apparently. Again, I think I actually have done all of these missions. I think like at some point, but they could just come back saying I haven't done them, so it's fine. I haven't done that one where you have to barter for a defective dog bank from the scavenger and then deliver the defective dog bank to the shopkeeper's dead drop in Koshai Complex and extract classified Connie intel. Again, I thought I had done that, but apparently I haven't. Oh no, I couldn't find a scavenger for ages, I think, when I was trying to do it. So I've done all of Black Mouse. White Lotus, I've done all of those. Phalanx, I haven't done stress test where you have to get 7 people on a helicopter. And I haven't done this one where you got to kill 15 operator commanders with an SBX. And then Crown, I haven't done case by case. That one glitched for me as well. It was just kind of, those missions I haven't done, the rewards are like a calling card, contraband, double weapon XP, a windmill bag key, and a skeleton key. It's like, I can do without any of those things. Like, those sort of stuff that I've got, like, plenty of times before. So I wasn't too thrilled about trying to do any of those. You've loved playing DMZ, but you've got increasingly frustrated at the inability to complete missions due to faults and glitches in the game. Yeah, like, I feel that. Like, I know DMZ's been in a beta, but it's like... There's so much stuff in it that's been broken, like, since the very beginning. Like, the whole thing of you having to change your control settings in order to be able to open crates and stuff like that. Like, I just find all that stuff really annoying. And the number of missions that have just bugged and not worked, like, or the mission description's been wrong. I think it's been a relatively small team maybe working on DMZ, so obviously because it's a lot of work, they've been a bit overwhelmed. But they obviously haven't prioritized fixing DMZ stuff. Do I remember a mission from a campaign where you craft stuff with soap? Yeah. I remember, Azor, that, like, loads of people were like... Loads of people who said that they'd seen DMZ, like loads of people who claimed to be like insiders, they couldn't be a no, were like, oh, all this stuff like from that soap mission, that's exactly what DMZ's like. That's all stuff to introduce you to DMZ. That's kind of how it works. And it's like, turns out it was nothing to do with DMZ, and it wasn't at all how DMZ worked. So those people were full of nonsense. But it doesn't matter because all of those leakers and stuff, people, their followers bizarrely just ignore it when they're wrong. They just forget about it instantly when they get stuff wrong. But yeah, it showed up that a lot of people were full of nonsense. Smash the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. We've got 112 viewers and only 35 likes. It would be nice to get lots of likes. Yeah, Dan the man. DMZ is definitely in a better place. That's true. That's fair. Oh, that guy's got the spawn skin with the cool cape. It's definitely in a better place than it was. That is 100% true. That skin is really cool, except the cape looks so dumb. Like, it crashes a lot less than it used to. What are we doing? Okay.
Moving here. Found some
Oh, this is one of these teams that just want to snipe for the whole game. Okay. I can read chat still. Raz Al Ghul confirmed. Dogster Lazarus. Extraction Shooters is the upcoming mode for a lot of FPS developers, and you think Activision will let it go? I don't think Extraction Shooters are the upcoming mode. Lots of content creators have said that for ages. A bunch of Extraction Shooters have been cancelled or have come out and not done very well over the last year. I don't think there's that many Extraction Shooters that people are excited about now beyond Bungie's Marathon. Yeah, I don't think Extraction Shooters are a big up-and-coming thing. I mean, like, Extraction Shooters have been around for a while. We've had The Division and Sea of Thieves for quite a long time that did similar things.
I'm a fucking solo without weapons.
Ultra One, you're entering a denied area.
I'm a fucking solo without weapons. Thank you.
Yeah, I just invited you, bro.
Relax. My hellbound
Ultra One,
parasite.
activity has in the area. Keep your eyes open.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, I got a key for this place, so let's talk on you. Grab some shit.
Will you come on top, come on top.
Yeah, come on.
That's the best place.
I actually
Yeah, I
wanted
mean
to do
the guy with the
solo...
key. Yeah, man.
Kick right up here.
But yeah, yeah, so I think the premise of that is kind of flawed in thinking that Activision would be letting go some sort of like hot property by giving up on DMZ for now. I just don't think Extraction Shooters have got the legs that people thought they would. So I'll just go on a mine. Wait, why can't I?
Was the satchel still there? I need it, man. Yeah.
What? Oh, was this door? Huh. You know what? I never knew there were two doors there. I thought that was the same door. I'm just chilling on top of it while I read stuff. 2 years of support was for Modern Warfare 2, and now the second year is paid Modern Warfare 3, and it's a paid version. I've never heard this whole 2 years of support thing. I've never heard anyone official say that. I thought that was just some nonsense that, again, like leakers and stuff came out with.
Activity is increasing near your
I can't remember. Could someone find, like, did someone post, did one of the official accounts post it, that there was going to be 2 years of support? I thought that was just something that a load of the leakers said and they kind of got wrong. It'd be a real shame if DMZ got cold air at it, I think. That's what's going to happen.
Take some cash.
Do you think more people are playing DMZ than BR? Definitely not.
No worries, man.
100% no. like not even close. I would guess if you did it as like a percentage of how many people are playing DMZ versus how many people are playing Battle Royale, I would guess it'd be something like 95% people playing Battle Royale and like 5% playing DMZ. It might even be less.
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire. Ultra One, completing contracts earns you cash to use at buy stations for gear and upgrades.
I mean, even if you just go look at like something like Twitch, and you look at the number of streams, how many people are streaming Battle Royale compared to how many people are streaming DMZ? Again, always like 95% Battle Royale. I always used to find it quite hard to find DMZ streamers. Do you think kill teams ruin DMZ for a lot of folks? I don't know really. Whether they ruined it. I mean, I can't speak for anyone else. Maybe. Like, maybe for some people it did. I mean, I'm kind of the opinion that if you played a PvP game and then were upset about the PvP, maybe the game wasn't for you in the first place. I don't think so. I don't think that's really the kill team's fault. It's more just the person who quit having a weird expectation of the game. That's like, you know, quitting Gran Turismo because everyone doesn't let you win. It's like, well, they want to win too. Good morning, Flynn. No one's in DMZ now because there's nothing they want to do. That is true. I don't think there's many people have much to do. You want an AC-130 escort mission on new hardware? I'm sure we'll get something like that.
Can we stop here real quick? I need a...
Lilith's skin has feet and they freak you out.
Widow can buy a free play.
They are very prominent, I noticed that. Oh, that's ridiculous. We're getting sniped at some players. I should probably pay more attention.
Probably won't need the money.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Are you coming up?
Yeah, yeah.
Worried that guy's gonna blow up the helicopter. RIP the cycle. Yeah, man, the cycle was quite a bad one.
Ultra One, this is actual.
Losing out.
Intel shows the warlord Al-Nar, codenamed Pyro, is active in your area. He's got a bounty on his head if you want it.
House, I hate Tarkov. I hate Tarkov so much. I really hate Tarkov. I just think it's a bad game. It's a bad game. It makes me very angry to play it. Just like the stuff. For context, for anyone who hasn't seen my Tarkov video, I streamed it. I've tried playing Tarkov repeatedly because people always tell me how good it is and how much I'd like it, and I've tried like 3 or 4 times. And then you play it, and there was a bunch of people in chat who were Tarkov fans, and everything that happened, like every single thing, was like the game didn't explain anything at all. What the hell? And people were just like, every time people were just like in chat, oh well, you're just meant to know this. Like, oh, everybody knows that this is how you do it. Like, oh, if you watch videos, if you watch this hour-long video, this will explain why this is the way it is. And it wasn't like, oh, it's stuff that you can intuitively work out because it's realistic, or it wasn't stuff that like you could use common sense to work out. It was just completely arbitrary things, you know, where people are like, oh, you can tell whether they're a player or a scav because of like they're wearing like gloves or something like that. You know, it's like stupid little things that were just like things you had to learn about the game that were completely arbitrary, and if you didn't learn them, it was like completely messed up. Like you'd just like you'd have a terrible time. And I hated it. I really hated it. And like, you know, there'd be stuff like, oh, you can't jump, you can't climb over that, but you can climb over that. How can you tell? Well, you just know after you've played for a while. So okay, cool. The climb over this thing kills me, but climbing over this thing's absolutely fine. Gotcha. God, I hated Tarkov. I think it makes me angry that people talk about it as if it's such a good game when it's just such a badly made, badly designed game. I can understand people liking the idea of it, But it really needs like better developers to work on it. Like a real development studio. Oh, we're gonna go fight some people, I think. So
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
oh, I need to kill the pyro.
Ultra One, you've entered a denied area. Enemy presence is high.
Oh, someone else has killed the pyro.
Ammo pouch here.
Hostile advanced UAV deployed.
We're in the other building, but looks of it.
Moving. JLTV here.
This is gonna be stupid, isn't it? What the hell's the rest of the team doing? I thought there were players here. What is going on? Am I not paying enough attention?
Enemy marked.
Oh, they're up on the other side.
Watch for movement. Movement.
Go to the elevator.
Friendly UAV online. Ultra One, activity has increased in the area.
I
Keep
can
your
get
eyes
to the top
open.
of the stairs and go down for them. Come on. That was someone zipping up.
Dropped him.
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire. Bosnia, hostile
Grenade
cluster
out!
mine active. All of the advised
Down and
killing
out.
operators will mark you as a bounty target.
You're not dying.
Do do do. At one point, didn't Plunder have a bigger player base than Battle Royale and Warzone 1? No. Pretty sure not. I've never heard that from anything official. That sounds again like someone who just likes Plunder, over-exaggerating how important Plunder was. I've never heard of anything saying that Plunder was more interesting. You bought a Division 2 this morning. It's really good. I really like it. So just going back. What are my thoughts on Sinister announcing he's checking out from DMZ? I'm not surprised. I spoke to him a little bit the other day about all of that sort of stuff. He's from the same city as me. He lives in the same city as me. I've never met him though. But yeah, I don't know. Good for him. If he's like,
Take your bloody fire.
why have I not got a tag? That's weird. If he's not enjoying DMZ anymore, and obviously there's not new content coming, then it makes sense for him to not play it anymore. Makes sense. Seems kind of out of the Haunting about that. I really don't think there's going to be much for the DMZ in the Haunting. I don't think there is. Just the map stuff that's in Battle Royale, I think. It'd be nice if we got more.
Hostile reinforcements incoming.
It'd be really nice if we got...
Squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
How did he get down?
Enemy operators secured a weapons case. Tracking their location on your TAC map. Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Anyone else notice there are 2 weapon cases on the ground? That's a bit weird. I guess the support word is very vague. COD on Twitter posted on the 2nd of October will continue to support the DMZ beta. I think that just means keep it live, as in keep servers running for it. You know? I think that's it. Do you think Infinity Ward originally intended DMZ to be Modern Warfare 2's premier mode over Battle Royale? No. I don't believe that. I know lots of people have said that.
Bomb drone deployed.
Bomb drone ready to detonate.
Oh, it's just a bot. Sorry, bot.
Good effect on target.
Excuse me? Why have I got night vision goggles?
Loot here.
Does it count as a 2-year title? The story is a continuation of maps. Do you imagine DMZ in a post-apocalyptic setting? Sounds like Fallout 76. You see that weird shading over there? It's like weird, like blocky bits. It's odd, isn't it? But no, yeah, I know people said that, like, oh, they were like people who didn't like the Warzone 2 thing were like, oh, everything was created for DMZ. I just don't think that's true. Doesn't make sense to me. What is going on?
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements
What's happened to my sniper rifle?
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Why does it keep putting night? I don't have any night vision goggles, game. It's so silly. It keeps on putting night vision goggles on me. It's like I don't have night vision goggles. Every time I press down on a D-pad. That's what we're talking about when it's talking about the bugs in DMZ. Oh.
Found a vehicle.
What's the deal with all the drone-based weapons in COD lately? I think the Modern Warfare games try to reflect, like, the near future of the military, and I think a lot of people think that the near future of most of branches of the military involve boats, drones. You know, like in the Ukraine war, they're using drone boats. There's lots of obviously drone aircraft have been used for a while now in warfare. Robots are kind of a thing, aren't they?
Enemy vehicle.
That's the bomb drone glitch. What do you mean the bomb drone glitch? What, the bomb drone glitch gives me night vision? No, it's not for the haunting event. I think it's just been a stupid problem for a while. I don't have any ammo, but I should go help my team. They're probably going to kill that guy before I get there, but still.
Ultra One, your squad is scattered. Sticking together will help you survive.
There we go. He's dead. Why is that guy just scooting around? What's going on? He's like, is this the beginning of the haunting? Look at this guy. He's a ghost. Oh, he's normal now. Do I have... Oh my god. No, I don't want that. What I want is... What I want is a bloody armor box or something. That would be nice.
Got a buy station here.
Just gonna go buy some plates and then only.
Ultra One, be advised, winds are picking up. Move to an extraction point.
He's got an armor box. Don't need to go to a thing. Thoughts on COD returning to a near future setting? Is that not what this is? Is this not a near future setting? Isn't it? What? Isn't this a near future setting? I don't know. I want them to go back to Advanced Warfare times. Or do something new. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just do something a bit different. That'd be good. Imagine a sequel to Infinite Warfare, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd try and do something new. I'd love them to do something mental. Like, I'd love them to do... I'd love for them to do something like a, you know, a pirate-themed Call of Duty, or a magic-based, like, fantasy Call of Duty, or a cyberpunk Call of Duty, like something steampunk, just something like completely left field. I was saying on Twitter last night, I just kind of, more than anything, I prefer, like, innovation.
Enemy JLTV here.
Call of Duty Battle of Hastings, yeah. Get some arrows and eyes. Get like a little dink sound clip if you manage to do it. Where do those people go? Oh, they're gone, aren't they?
Ultra One, that intel confirms an enemy team with high
Primal
value
called. I quite liked
intel.
Far Cry
Keep the
Primal.
contract
I didn't hate it
secure.
at all.
Marking on your attack map.
Enemy JLTV here.
But yeah, I would like them to do something super creative. Well, like, I don't, I'm quite excited at the possibility I tweeted about the other day about imagine if we did a if we got one of the oh my god, that's so annoying. Imagine if we got imagine if we had one of the Call of Duty developers working on a Halo game. I think that would be really cool.
Taking effective fire.
Ultra One, actual. Radiation is spreading through the area. Advise moving to an extract point. Ultra One, actual. Target is half a click to your west.
They have gone.
Moving here.
Oh god, it's going. Morning, woman. Ruinks Jesus, if DMZ were to have its development cancelled, it would be really sad, but what are we to do? Not like they don't have enough money to just ignore a good chunk of the player base. I don't think anything's been cancelled. I think DMZ it's just an Infinity Ward thing. I don't think we were ever promised how long DMZ would go on for. We were never promised how much content we would get. I think it's genuinely just like Infinity Ward were the only developers making it. Infinity Ward are not working on the current Call of Duty. It'll probably come back next time an Infinity Ward game comes out. I don't think they've done anything wrong. There's like a weird kind of venom with the way people talk about this as if like someone's at fault here. I genuinely don't think anyone's at fault. Didn't we already get some of that with Advanced Warfare, jumping and floating around? Yeah, and it was sick. It was the best Call of Duty. While I played Modern Warfare 3 beta, did I get stuttering on like grenade? No, didn't get anything like that. If rumors are true that each Modern Warfare 3... Oh, don't do rumors, NCCO. I haven't even read... I'm trying not to read whatever you've said. Don't post rumors. Rumors are just leaks or lies. That's the only two things they could be. A rumor is either a leak or a lie. We're not interested in that here. Or I'm not interested in that being here. You can go somewhere else to talk about it. Just found a poll on Reddit asking if your main game is DMZ or BR. BR got 980 votes and DMZ got 640 votes. But none of those polls are ever, like, representative, are they? Like, the people who play DMZ, who are, like, into DMZ, are much more likely to be online because they need, you know, for some of the missions, you basically need help because the mission descriptions don't make sense. So they're more likely to be online, they're more likely to be searching for, like, the future of DMZ and stuff like that. Reddit will be giving them, if they've looked at DMZ stuff in the past, a poll about DMZ is more likely to come up. Like, it's like when Charlie Intel or Modern Warzone, they do their polls and they're like, oh, 100,000 people took part, therefore it must be like representative. And it's like, but millions of people play Call of Duty. So like, at best, even if we went at the lower limit and said like 1 million people currently play Call of Duty, that would still only be 10%. If you do a poll of 10% of people, and then out of that, there's obviously a lot of selection bias of the sorts of people that are heavily invested in Call of Duty. So read YouTube, read Reddit, read Twitter, watch YouTube videos about Call of Duty. You're gonna get the more hardcore players, the more invested players, the players who care more about it. And you know, and I've said a million times, I've made my opinion very clear. They're not the people who I think Call of Duty should cater to. I don't think Call of Duty should try and cater to the hardcore audience. Like, not only are they the most toxic, entitled part of the community, but they're also the ones who, like, how should I put this? They actively want other people to have a bad time. Like, they aren't interested in doing what more people would have fun with. And a lot of people, weirdly, a lot of the sort of online part of the Call of Duty community don't even seem to care about having fun themselves. They just talk about, like, doing grinds or, like, you know, trying to, like, sweat out their kill death thing or whatever like that. They just don't seem to be happy when they're playing it. Like, the people who are getting, I genuinely think the people who get the most enjoyment out of Call of Duty are the people who just play it for an hour or so after work sometimes, or play it the weekend with their friends. And they don't think that much about it. They don't look into every little thing that's coming out. They don't read every patch notes. They don't know what the meta is. And they don't care. Like, it's just a game, because it is just a game. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest, like, detachment that I have personally from the Call of Duty community, is that it's just a game. It's a game I like playing. It's a game that's fun, but it is just a game. You know, it's not my life. It's not, like, the most important thing. I don't think being good at Call of Duty is an important skill or a notable skill or something like that. You know, unless you're making money by being good at Call of Duty, you know, you're winning tournaments and stuff like that, then I genuinely think any kind of grinding Call of Duty is a massive waste of your time. Like, when people start bragging about how, you know, they got Orion and it only took them 200 hours, it's like, oof, that's a significant chunk of your life you just wasted. You know, that's a lot of time that's just gone, and you'll never get it back. And obviously I think part of that comes from just being older and time suddenly seeming slightly more valuable to me. You just played with me? Oh, GG, Nate. Sorry, I was talking to chat the whole game. I was a little bit distracted, so I didn't do much in that game. I think I killed one person. I might have killed you, I don't know. Killed somebody. JD said it was the worst Call of Duty. What? Advanced Warfare was the worst Call of Duty? No, get out. I'm joking, by the way. You don't need to get out. I don't care what your favourite Call of Duty was. But I really loved it. I loved Advanced Warfare. And it was a game that, like, a lot of my real-life friends were still playing Call of Duty at that point. My wife got really into Advanced Warfare. She loved that game. We played so much Advanced Warfare. I just had the best time of it. I really loved it. I liked the campaign. I liked the multiplayer. I liked the zombies. It was just all good. Anyone thinks it would be cool to have a base to upgrade and roam around in? Yeah, it'd be awesome, but I don't think we're getting anything like that. You hope DMZ's getting a retool to come back bigger and better after a surprise success. I think DMZ will probably come back in the future. I'd be surprised if in the next Infinity Ward there isn't a, like, the DMZ but, like, out of beta, I guess. Hopefully, and they will have learned a lot of the lessons that they made with this. But, I mean, you know, gaming is all about, like, not all about, but gaming at this level with, like, games that cost this much money. There's a lot of stuff to do with trends and stuff, and it might just be that extraction shooters are kind of gone by then, that people get burnt out on them. You know, stuff like that comes and goes, doesn't it? And I think maybe its time is already past, but we'll see. Oh, we're loaded up together. Oh, okay, good. Oh, you had the spawn skin. That spawn skin was cool. I like that. With the cape. At your funeral, someone said he got Orion in 200 hours. You know DMZ needs one thing. Active combat zones with tanks and attack helicopters. That'd be cool. I always, when I was a teacher, I used to get so, when kids found out I played video games, they would like brag to me about how long they'd spent in games, and it was like the most upsetting thing when you've got kids who, you know, they get to 18 and they're doing their personal statement for university, and it's like, okay, what are your other interests? Like, what else have you done other than school? And they haven't done anything. Like, they literally haven't done anything. They don't have any other skills, hobbies, or anything like that, because they've spent all their time just playing, like, Call of Duty or Fortnite or Roblox or Minecraft or League of Legends or Counter-Strike or whatever. You know, they've got some game and they've spent all their time playing that, and it's like, like, that's quite upsetting. That's quite a sad thing, I think. I think that's a sad thing. It's kind of a bit of a waste. And it's scary, you know? It's scary that people are... I think the games are very good at manipulating you into thinking that that's a good thing, into thinking that you should be spending hundreds of hours on it, like the Call of Duty camos and stuff, where it's like, yeah, you should want this, you should get this. You should spend hundreds, you know, and they'll post things like, oh, look how cool this guy is. He spent 800 hours on the game in the first, like, month or whatever. I don't know how many days 800 hours is, but you know what I mean, that kind of glorifying people wasting their time on it, and it's like, that's scary. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Ba-da-bow. How am I feeling today? Pretty good. I'm finding DMZ a bit boring, I have to say. I came back on DMZ being like, okay, what's like, what are we going to do? What are the game's going to be like? And the answer is, they're a little bit dull. Like, no one's got anything interesting. Now I've done all the missions I want to do. The only thing to do is fight players. And if you're not fighting players, it just seems really boring. 33.3 days. There we go. Your lad got bored of video games. Yeah. Wonder what the next hit is. I mean, if you knew that, you could probably make a lot of money. I think it's very hard to predict what the next big thing in gaming will be. I think some sort of big crossover between gaming and like social media and stuff. Like, you know, some game that let you automatically record and upload clips to TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that.
Expect resistance from local forces and watch for other
and like
operators
maybe
in the
even
AO.
like, you know, you got progression in the game based on how many people liked your clips or whatever. I feel like something like that could do quite well. But I don't know what the gameplay side of it would be. I've always wanted there to be a game that's like a mixture of genres, you know, something like GTA Online, you know, where you've got the races and you've got some of the sports things and you've got the shooting and stuff like that. But having all of those in one, I think would be kind of interesting. So having it so, you know, as people are racing around in the game, you'll see people doing a heist or something in the same game as you. So, like, you know, maybe GTA 6 will be like that. But I think that kind of having a shared game world with different game experiences going on at the same time would be really cool. But I think technically that's, like, super difficult.
Mike marked.
I don't think that's an easy thing to do at all.
Moving here.
But yeah, something like that would be cool. I hope, personally, and this, again, controversial opinion time, I kind of hope we go back to having, like, lots of small, interesting experiences in games. Like when, in the sort of early 2000s, there were loads of movie tie-in games and loads of, like, AA games. And they were kind of, like, they weren't great. A lot of them. But they were interesting and they were weird. And they normally took like 8 hours to finish. And they were sometimes a little bit cheaper than other games. And I just thought they were cool. I kind of want more stuff like that. Like, I was excited that Assassin's Creed Mirage is only 20 hours, which is still way too long. But at least it's much shorter than, you know, the 100 hours that Valhalla is. I'm excited to play Spider-Man this week. Later today, I'm going to stream some Hot Wheels Unleashed. I'm quite looking forward to streaming some of that. What are we doing? These people don't seem to be doing much. Isn't that an album by Elbow? What is? We were playing a Nokia game which incorporated adverts on the telly and full-page ads and newspapers. That's cool. Whoa, look at his skin! What is this? What is this? This skin's amazing. I've never seen this before. Build a Rocket Boy game looks promising. Build a Rocket Boy? What? Never heard of it.
We're taking fire!
I really love GTA. I think it's really good. I think I shot over their heads. Oh yeah, that Robocop game looks interesting. Play it once, then be done. But why are we going to do this? Oh yeah, I saw something about that game. As in, I saw that no one really knows what it is. I was worried that that game was some crypto thing, Andy. That was the vibe I got, is that it's going to end up being some stupid crypto project.
You can locate cash rewards outside the attack map.
Serious crypto vibes from it.
Ultra One, you've got hostile
You love GTA Online, you got a business. I sort of burnt out on GTA Online before all of that business stuff came into it. But I did really like it. I loved doing the races on it. I thought it was really cool. I think the thing... Sorry, about me. I think the thing that really ruined GTA Online a bit for me was when people started like owning tanks and jets and things like that. And just whenever you went online, it was just constantly having to deal with things like that. Like, I kind of wish GTA had kept a bit more grounded. You know, to be like in DMZ, I wouldn't like it as much as I don't mind the PvP. You know, I like the PvP. I wouldn't like it if people were constantly flying around in fighter jets, bombing the hell out of everything. That would kind of suck. I saw someone in that window then. But yeah. I just want to look at this skin. Look at this thing. What is this from? I'm just trying to take pictures of it because it looks so cool. It's a Battle Pass skin. Oh man, it's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, like until they actually show some gameplay, I find it hard to get excited about it. Everyone like to stream. Yeah, I like to stream. Press the like button. It's like less than half of you have pressed like so far. I would like it if you liked it. Because then it helps with the algorithm and we get more people in here. And then I play more DMZ. As it stands, like this legitimately, today, like with the haunting, so not this one, but the next stream I do, might be my last DMZ stream. I can like imagine that happening. I can imagine just being like, oh, I'll find something else to play. Because if there's nothing in the haunting, if there's like nothing special for it in the haunting. Good, High Lord Terror. And if anyone wants to become a member, please do. Then if we get 6 more to meet the member goal, it's only $1.99 a month, cheaper than a Twitch sub. Unless you have Amazon Prime, then a Twitch sub is cheaper because it's free. Bloody Amazon.
We're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay
You stopped
sharp.
playing DMZ a couple of weeks back. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to find interesting things to do right now. Like, this is... Yeah, Season 6 has been good. Who wants to go do that? Okay, that's good. But yeah, it's not been the best of times in DMZ, for DMZ.
Elimination contact here.
Okay. Please don't talk like that. Well, it's just, I mean... What do you do in DMZ now to make it fun? And now we've got a bunch of other stuff coming out. You know, right now, I'd love to be playing Forza and Assassin's Creed and Hot Wheels Unleashed. And we've got like Spider-Man coming out this week and WRC's coming out soon. And what else is out? I wouldn't mind playing a bit more Payday, trying to get back into that. Starfield. Like, there's so many things to play. The Horror Circus. Got about Forza to the Xbox, you go. There's just so many things to play, so many things that seem really cool, that a part of me is like, why am I spending loads of time playing that?
Approaching the target's location now. Ultra One, HVT is down. Move in and confirm the kill. ID confirmed on shop.
I mean, like, probably, realistically, for the rest of this week, I'll probably be playing Warzone, like the haunting stuff. And then it's just like, how long is it until the Modern Warfare 3 campaign comes out? How long do we have before that happens? Can't be long.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Yeah, WRC is really fun. I got to play quite a lot of it. I could only make my video like 15 minutes long, but I played a few hours of WRC. It's really good. Really different. Like, it feels like the older rally games, like quite brutal but exciting at the same time. Really liked it. But yeah, it's just... I think this is the thing why I think a lot of people are like, you know, inconsolable about... a lot of people are quite sad and like about DMZ going. But I'm a bit like... Right now, DMZ isn't that much fun. November 2nd campaign. So what's that, 2 weeks away, is that? Is it 2 weeks until November 2nd? Just remembered I've got to pick my car up at some point. My car is in the garage. Just for its MOT, but I need to, at some point, hopefully they'll ring me and tell me that I need to pick it up. It should be fine, because it had a big service and I drove it a long way. Two weeks on Thursday, yeah, so it's not long till then. So yeah, I can just imagine there not being that much DMZ left. I'm having a little bit of surgery tomorrow as well. Hopefully very small and inconsequential surgery. But still, it means I'll be a bit... I don't know if I'll be streaming like Thursday, Friday very much.
Ultra One, we got a hit on enemy safes near your location. Marking your attack map now.
So yeah, I'm just thinking like, what are my DMZ content plans gonna be? And it's like, I don't know. Don't really have any, other than checking out the haunting. Maybe I'll be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, and for there actually to be tons of stuff in the haunting for DMZ, and we'll all be rejoicing, and it'll be great. Maybe, but I don't think so. Oh, precision airstrikes. Don't mind if I do. Do like a good precision airstrike.
Self-revive kit here.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's very, very minor. It's more just, you know, anything like that. You just kind of, you don't know how you'll feel afterwards. Right. It's annoying that the pyro isn't here. So I need to kill the bloody pyro. Why do they just... There we go. I hate it when you accidentally put a gun on single fire. I feel like that's killed me quite a few times. What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing?
Dropping ammo here. Got an ammo box here.
I always like, I watch Grizzle sometimes. He's a streamer. And he's got like a full like cockpit setup. It's crazy to me. I've got like this wheel and pedals and it already feels like too much of it. It's like too much stuff. I like the wheel. I like using the wheel. It definitely makes driving games a huge amount more fun. But, God, it takes up a lot of space. Need a bigger house.
Hostage contract marked.
If anyone wants to buy me a bigger house, just DM me. Hey, John. Yeah, I wish they'd done more stuff like that. I mean, we had someone in chat, I don't know if he still is, someone in chat earlier was saying that he thinks the notes are hinting at future events in DMZ. I can't say I agree, but it'd be exciting if they did do something with them.
Ultra One, the hostage is wearing an explosive vest. Defuse it before it detonates.
Where did you like to shoot? شكرا يا عسكري يعطيك ألف عافية.
Ultra One, explosives disarmed.
Is that how it works,
Proceed to an extract
Malby?
point with the
I thought
hostage.
they'd got rid of the weapon family stuff for some reason.
Ultra One, Exfil is inbound
Is
now.
it still
Move
you
the
have to use
hostage
one
to
gun
the
to unlock
HLZ
another? I don't mind that
extract
because it forces me to use lots of different guns, which I always quite like using lots of different guns. That's the main reason I sometimes do the weapon camo things. It's like at least it gets me to use all the guns, even if it's a massive waste of time. You're getting one of those stands this week. Yeah, I was umming and ahhing about it. I just don't want stuff to take up more room. At the moment, I've got the wheel just here. It's like next to me. And then I can like slide it over when I want to use it, which is okay. At the beginning, I thought that's what might happen, John, but I think the notes were just a bit of flavour stuff in them. I don't think they're ever very important. If I could get a company to send me one of those stands, I'd probably give one a go. You know, one of those folding ones, so you can just fold everything out of the way. Problem is, there's like all the cables that go with it as well. There's like 3 cables involved. It's like a power cable, the cable to the pedals, and then the USB cable to the PC. It's like... It's made a bit of a mess of my room. GT Omega! What's that? Is that the stand you're getting? I'll look at it. GT Omega. Oh yeah, that looks like serious business. That's way too much for me. Oh, they do one that's 100 quid. Oh, is that the one you're getting? The 100 quid one? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Does it fold up? Looks good. Definitely a bit too much stuff for me though. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad price. Still too much for me, too expensive. Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked that I have to buy Spider-Man this week. They didn't want to send me a free copy, which is fair enough because I barely play Sony games on stream. I hate streaming from my PlayStation. but it means I've got to buy it, and it's like, oh my god, games are expensive. 27th to 29th October is the Man Cave Expo at the NEC. You may go. You live close to the NEC? That's a strange place to live, isn't it? Strange area, that. Must be pretty cool, though, when you just see, like, some conventions on. You can just be like, yeah, I'll go. Why not? I'll pop my head in. I've been playing this thinking, I hope I die so I can use one of... I got given the Vault Edition, so I was like, oh, I could use one of their skins when I lose a character. I haven't bloody died yet. And I've not been paying attention. I've just been chatting to you. Lovely people. I have been enjoying this, though. This is a fun way to do a stream, just chatting the whole time. You can add a seat in. Bloody hell. Yeah, Stephen. Okay, I don't know. A standing one might be a bit weird. Oh, you mean a folding stand? Yeah, yeah. I've seen a few events lately where I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to go to, but after LA for 2 weeks, I kind of never want to leave the house again. I just want to stay here. And now it's really cold in the UK as well. It was like 2 degrees yesterday. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of the mindset that I now want to hibernate for the winter. Good luck with that, John. Why would Infinity Ward be doing that? Oh, okay, Andy, I get it. I was about to say, like, the NEC. I've been to the NEC quite a few times, and it's just like a wasteland. Just car parks and a giant convention centre. There's a hotel and airport near there as well, aren't they? They're quite close. Yes. It's like, that's a strange place to live. But yeah, Infinity Ward have moved on, I think, John. They have moved on to their next thing. But I hope you're right. It would be really nice if you're right, and they are secretly, Infinity Ward are still working on DMZ, and for whatever reason, Season 6 has just been a bit of a weird blip where they don't really add anything to DMZ at all. You know, maybe. I just wouldn't get your hopes up. Personally.
Welcome to Al Mazrah.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Is it Al Mazrah? I've always called it Al Mazrah. These people don't have proper backpacks. How big do you think the update's going to be today? Because if we've got all the haunting stuff to come, surely it's going to be pretty considerable. You're at the Halloween event next week at Fort Park. Oh, I hope that's good. I haven't really seen much about it. That was pretty sweet. You think 30 gigs? Yeah, well, you're going to have to reinstall the whole game again anyway, so for you it'll be like 120. What time did you say you'll be about, Flynn? Like 8 or 9? Probably still be good. That was a good landing. What are we doing? We're just fighting someone. Okay, right, serious game time now. You love reinstalling the game. gonna go fight. I don't even care if my team are coming with me.
Ultra One, enemy threat is moderate near your location.
We've got a ghost vest on. See if I can get up to the top of the bank.
Moving.
Movement! Enemy mark!
Enemy fighter.
Is he still in here? It's bad luck for him.
Targeting operators will put a bounty on your head. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Ultra One, contracts awarding cash are marked on your TAC map.
Moving!
Ultra One, an operator is near your location and requesting medical.
Ba ba ba.
Moving here! Got one sighted here!
Pretty sure he's in that building somewhere.
Movement.
Ultra One, actual. UAV is on station.
Oh, he quit. Boo! Well, I killed that team. They are now dead. You're going in blind, but considering you did Halloween events in California last year, you expect it to be quick save generic version. Okay, so as someone that has also done the Halloween events in California and the Halloween events at Fort Park, the ones in Fort Park do look worse, but they are much, much scarier. Like, a different level of scary. Like, we did all the Halloween... Well, not all of the Halloween. We did most of the Halloween Horror Nights stuff last week in LA. And, like, I would say none of it was scary. Like, none of it was really frightening. You know, a couple of jumps here and there, but nothing really kind of filling me with dread. Fort Park Fright Nights are properly quite scary. I think it all comes down to how in the Hollywood ones... Oh. In the Hollywood ones, you are always like, you're sent through in a massive group. You know, you can see the people in front of you, you can hear everything that's happening, blah, blah, blah. And in the Fort Park ones, they make you go through in a very small group. And so you really get like isolated, and it's much easier to get immersed into it. And you can get taken by surprise a lot more because you're not seeing other people getting scared. Race room. I've never heard of race room. I can't put anything behind my monitor. I don't have space there, sadly. My problem isn't my chair moving, it's my bloody pedals moving. I've got like a big Velcro strap to hold it in place at the moment. You just had a download start on your PS5 from Modern Warfare 2, it's 36 gigabytes. So there we go. Flynn was pretty much spot on. Thanks, 84. What are we doing?
Kill confirmed. Too many of those will put a bounty contract on your head.
Oh, he's got 3 fuel rods.
Ultra One, be advised, an operator in your area needs medical. Ultra One, be advised, UAV is RTB at this time.
3 fuel rods is pretty
Ultra One, a
good.
squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Enemy in the area!
Copy that. Phoenix 2-3 is on station. Strike inbound.
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire. Ultra One, actual. Enemy UAV is in the airspace.
This is a whole nother team, isn't it? Do I go and help my most useless teammates?
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming. Ultra One, killing operators will put a contract on your head. Engage at your discretion. One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
No quitting on my watch.
Blue here.
There's just the bots on the bounty, isn't it? It's not like real players.
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Eyes up, this sector's hot.
Taking effective fire.
Copy. Visual on the UAV tower. Marking enemy fire.
Squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Hold still. Axel's got you.
Gotta get right. Semtex incoming.
Semtex out. The JLTV is down. Throwing Semtex.
One, kill confirmed. Too many of those will put a bounty contract on your head. Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Shit.
I didn't know where it was. Teammate tagged the wrong building!
Enemy on the move.
Throwing Semtex.
Oh no, maybe there was two players there. There were two separate players there. Whew. Why don't I take skeleton keys? What are you on
Ultra
about?
One, your survival.
Oh, what,
streak
did someone
will
have
end,
a
but you had
skeleton
good
key
run.
to take?
Nice work.
Hi, Misha. Anything new about the game? Not yet. I've played the beta and been to Con Next. How am I feeling about the next year of content creation? Apprehensive as always. Like 8 operator kills. I did pretty well on that, I think. I think I did pretty well on that. It's just a shame that I died and lost those 3 nuclear fuel rods. I suppose it wouldn't be too hard to get them back if I really wanted, but rather than coming back for those teammates, I probably could have just left. Oh well. Yeah, like, I'm a bit apprehensive about the next year. I'm like, I was saying to my wife last night, I'm still kind of thinking I'll probably go back to teaching in September, just because I don't make enough money doing this. Like, this isn't sustainable for much longer. You know, I still have savings, but not as much as I did before. I'm about like, I think from the peak of how much money I had, I'm about $3,000 down. So like, doing content creation and living, and still going on holidays and stuff, to be fair, I've ended up about £3,000 poorer, which isn't good. As you get older, you kind of want to be making money rather than losing it. So yeah, unless I blow up, you know, unless I become like the main Modern Warfare Zombies streamer, and I start making like £3,000 a month. Unless that happens, I think it's very unlikely that I will still be doing this time next year. But you know, I'm happy. I'm excited to play the new Warzone, and I'm excited to play Modern Warfare Zombies. I'm just like, about content creation in general, I don't think I necessarily have what it takes to be like the best, you know, to make a lot of money doing this, which is a shame. You know, I was curious, I tried it, I'm really glad I tried it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to turn it around. If the player's soap masked with his weird map flowing over him. There's some of the new skins I've got now.
Hell will have to wait.
Golded up black.
Together we can take down
Black
the forces
Cell
of evil.
Al Simmons. Robot Valeria. Black Noir. I wanted to be Ghost, but I bloody can't be, can I?
Let's keep making their
I've
dreams
already got a
come true.
Ghost. Who could I play as? I could play as the tree. I could play as the crazy tree.
I do love a good
I like the
challenge.
tree, but I feel like...
I'm
Oh,
with
I've already got a tree. Who else can I play as? Maybe I'll play Shredder.
Eye for
Don't
an
often
eye.
play as Shredder. Be Zombie Ghost for a bit. Oh no, he's got the gold thing. Right, well, I'll go back to our mouse, so why not? If anyone wants to help keep me making content for another year, then becoming a member is probably the best way to do that. Giving me your money on the regular is very nice. But no, I'll probably, once it gets like January, if like, unless I've completely like, everything's gone crazy for me with Call of Duty and I've suddenly got like, you know, 1,000 people watching me every stream, I'll probably start applying for jobs then. Probably. It'd be a shame, because I mean, I wouldn't, even if I got invited, I wouldn't be able to go to COD next year. Because I'd be busy. Did I teach secondary? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not working out for me exactly, the shirty. It's more like, I thought that I would do this for a year. I thought I would stop teaching for a year and do content creation. And I thought I'd saved up enough money where if I didn't make any money doing content creation, after a year I'd have to go back to teaching. It's now been like 2 and a bit years, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still okay. So it's like I've made more than I thought I would, and I've like been able to do this for longer than I thought I would, which is cool. And obviously I've had some amazing experiences, like going to COD Next and everything. So I wouldn't exactly say it's not working out for me. It's more just, it's not turned into something that I could do forever. I think there's very few people that manage to make enough money on content creation where they like can just indefinitely do it and save enough money for retirement and stuff like that. And I'm not getting there at the moment. You know, then you never know. Sometimes opportunities come up, things change. But, you know, I've gone from this time last year, I had like 20 people watching me stream, and now I have 120 people watching me. Like, that's cool. Especially considering we're not really doing anything right now. Like, this is just a normal Tuesday morning, no, Tuesday morning stream. Yes, Tuesday, I know. This skin. Ugly. Hideous. Oh, no, it's fine. I just didn't want to give people the impression that I'm doing some sort of, like, sob story. No, you didn't get it. Like, what you said makes perfect sense. I just don't want people to think that I'm, like, ungrateful for everything that I've managed to do over the last year. Or 2 years. It's been good. It's just, you know, you have to be realistic. I can make a lot more money teaching. In general. There's been like 1 or 2 months where I've made more money doing this than I make made teaching. But it's just so inconsistent. Like, I've had 1 or 2 months where I've made like £3,000, which is amazing. And then I've had, you know, for me, that's great. And then I've had other months where I've made £600, and that's terrible. That's like, that doesn't cover my mortgage payment. So it's like, you want to have more of the big months, you know? And if they don't, and if it's not a regular thing, it's also like sometimes I think about like what I could do to get more followers and stuff like that. And I've increasingly realized that I'm not prepared to do a lot of things that would help my channel grow. And that's like, that's not to say, oh, the only way to make your channel grow is to do certain things, but it's like, I don't want to advertise energy drinks to kids. I don't want to post controversial stuff on Twitter for the sake of engagement. I don't want to tolerate toxic or bigoted people in my community. You know, there's a lot of stuff like that that would be like things that would make my life easier. And I don't want to do that. Like, it's not worth it to me. The money wouldn't be worth it to me to do that. It's weird that, like, you know, with this whole, the fighting in the Middle East going on, that I found myself, like, a bit scared to say what I think about it. And partly I was just like, oh, it doesn't matter, because, you know, who cares what I think about it, to be honest. But it's also, it's weird that sort of, like, I catch myself sometimes being like, oh, I've got a platform, I could say something, but it'll cost me followers, it'll cost me subscribers. And it's like, oh, I don't know. I lost like 20 subscribers when I posted that thing the other day about not liking the fact that you can have completely silent movement in the Modern Warfare 3 beta. And that there's no counter to it, even though the fact that there's no counter to it is just a bug. But yeah, I lost literally, like, this is the first time I've lost subscribers in like a year. And I lost like 20 subscribers, which was crazy. Actually, no, the Nick Mercs thing, I think that cost me quite a few subscribers as well. Thank you, Viking. Our mouse was the only map you don't infill with randoms. For you as a DJ, it's the same thing. Social media is a big thing, and self-marketing. Yeah, and there's like... There's some stuff I'm just not very good at, like, you know, shorts and TikToks and stuff like that. I'm not very good at that because I don't watch them, so I find it quite hard to make them in a way that does well. I want to get better at that. I want to keep trying to do stuff like that, but for now I find it quite hard. But yeah, there's also stuff, you know, like, I know I would do a bit better if I really just went hard on one thing. You know, YouTube likes it if you just focus on one thing and do loads of that. And I don't want to do that. I like changing up what I do all the time. I like playing different games. I like doing different modes and stuff like that. I don't, like, I'm doing this because it's, like, a really awesome way to live, being able to do something I love and make content on it. And so if I started doing it in a way where I didn't love it, it's like, well, why am I bothering? Why don't I just go back to teaching, where I can make more money easier? Would you be happy going back to teaching? You gave up a head chef position after the pandemic, working in plants at a nursery now, less money, but you're happier. I mean, I didn't hate teaching at all. There's things I hate about teaching, particularly our current government and the way they've made some changes. Like, they've done some things I really hate. But, you know, that sort of stuff goes in cycles. It'll get better over time. I'm sure. I'm confident it'll get better. But if I found, like, with teaching, it's just now I'm at the point in my teaching career where I could afford to be a bit picky about my job. You know, I'd want to work in a school where I thought people had similar philosophies to me about education and where I could teach the subjects that I want to teach. So I could hold out for a really good job that I would enjoy. Yeah, I didn't, like, leave teaching because I hated it or anything like that. I think I was a bit burnt out, but not... A bit jaded, a bit cynical about the whole thing.
Ultra One, your squad
But it wasn't like I was desperate to leave teaching, so I grabbed on the first thing. It was more, during the pandemic, I did this, and some of you started watching me, and I was like, oh, I can actually make enough money to live doing this. Like, I could be a content creator for a few years. Well, for a year. Originally, I thought for a year.
Ultra One, be advised.
And so I thought I'd give it a go. It's one of those things, you know, you always think you'll regret it if you don't try it. So, tried it. And I've learned so much. Like, I've learned so many different things about, like, making money. Because, you know, other than this, other than a couple of, like, part-time jobs, really, I've been at school, and then I've been teaching. Like, you know, all of my life has been spent in education, really. Which, this has sort of opened my eyes to a lot more stuff. And I've met some really cool people. Oh, that was interesting.
X-ray marked. Requesting close air.
Strike inbound.
Marking a hardened fire. Move in here.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp. Ultra One, be advised. Threat level is high in this AO. Expect contact.
Oh my god, where are my teammates?
Ultra One, activity is increasing.
Hopefully my teammates kill him. Oh no, he's looting. In a hospital. Good. With a pistol out. Oh well. If you look at the most successful, they either have a whole team behind them or they've discarded standard instinctive picks. That's not always true. I think there's quite a few... Yeah, that was very steady. I think there's quite a lot of people who still do a lot of stuff themselves and still... and are still decent and stuff. It's more like... As people get more successful, they can afford to hire people to do stuff for them. You know, if I could afford it, I would 100% hire people to do the TikTok stuff for me in shorts. 100%. That'd be crazy not to. And probably thumbnails as well. Would you say the work-life balance is better as a streamer or teacher? It's difficult to say because, like, obviously as a teacher, the work-life balance famously sucks. Like, you know, you end up doing a lot of extra hours with no extra pay. You know, you end up doing parents' evenings and open evenings and meetings and stuff, and it's very tedious. This guy is definitely not going to save us. I don't have any faith that he's going to be able to save us. Oh my god, he's got the worst guns. Okay. I think I was going to self-res. So yeah, like the teaching thing sucks. The big difference is with streaming, it's more like generally when, like, I obviously I think I spend more hours working streaming than I did as teaching. But obviously a lot of the stuff you do with content creation is more fun. You know, I like making videos, I like making thumbnails, I like streaming. There's very little about this that I don't enjoy. It does, like, you know, it kind of sucks sometimes when there's something I have to do, you know, some new release or something, and it's just really bad timing for me. It's like when I would rather be doing something else, like going on holiday or whatever. Like, I missed out on the, going to the Modern Warfare 3 the time where people got to play it early because I was on holiday, and it's like, I'm always going to make that decision. If I've got a holiday booked with my wife, I'd rather do that. Oh, hard test timed out. Sad times. I'm still here.
Moving.
The engagement farming on Twitter, I genuinely think is quite a terrible thing for society. Like, I really hate it. I know I'm very grandiose about these things and I make a bigger deal of them than I need to. But like, I really hate the stuff that people do on Twitter where it's clearly riling people up to make money from them. And you know, obviously the Call of Duty community is the place where I see it the most. Some of the stuff that the sort of community leaders post, I think is disgusting. I think it's really bad. Because it's kind of, there's so much of it is about gatekeeping, about like encouraging people to be toxic to other people. It's just like, when you look at the stuff, that's wrong with, or what people perceive to be what's wrong with the Call of Duty community, when you think of the stereotypes of Call of Duty gamers, a lot of that comes from those content creators, and they're like reinforcing those ideas, and they're kind of, they're not doing anyone any favors. It's really nice when you get community leaders that are like well-adjusted people who are good role models, you know. Like, I really like it when you see people who are like, you know, big Call of Duty content creators, but then they're also posting like, hey, look at, like, here I am playing sports, here I am spending time with my family, here I am like working out and being healthy, and like, you know, posting being like, oh, I'm not going to grind Call of Duty, like I'm just going to play to have fun. Oh, the game was making me mad, so I stopped playing and played something else. That sort of stuff I really like to see. I really hate it when there's people being like reinforcing the ideas, the sort of stereotypes of Call of Duty players. And I think some of the biggest voices in the community do that, and it's really bad. And I don't know if they do it knowingly exactly. I think some of them are just, you know, a bit sort of socially awkward, so it's kind of, that's where they get, like, people like it when they post stuff like that, so they just stick with it. Ivan says, I see lots of teachers over here. I'm a teacher too, but currently working as a curriculum specialist. Really miss teaching. Oh yeah, I've kind of thought about going into some sort of job in education that wasn't teaching, that I could do part-time, you know, working for one of the exam boards or something. It's like, I could definitely do that. I'm more than qualified to do it. It's just whether I'd find it really boring working in an office. Would I not be playing the new game making content at it? No, I'll definitely be making content on the new game. We're talking about like next year, at some point next year I'll probably get a job, and then I'll stop making content probably, or at least cut it back massively. I might still do it for fun, but I wouldn't keep to a schedule or anything. Fenny Fen, consider that your last warning. Don't use language like that. Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. You don't need to insult people. High Lord Terror said, I love teaching, didn't love the state of education, the amount of pressure. Yeah, for sure. For me, it wasn't even like always the pressure on me that was the problem. It was like the pressure that we put on kids. The crazy amount of pressure we put on like 16-year-olds when they're building up to their GCSEs is just insane. GCSEs aren't that important. They're terribly run exams. They're like, they test you on stupid skills that don't matter. And like, a couple of schools I've worked in now have done things, you know, where it's like encouraging the kids to come in school early, to stay in school late, to come in over the weekends, to come in on the holidays, you know, to be constantly doing stuff to prepare for these stupid tests. And I really hated that. I really didn't like that. And some schools, like sometimes you get, like since the academization of schools in England, you get a lot of people who are in education just to make money. Like that's their own thing, so they want to climb the career ladder. So you end up with like a million middle managers that are all just trying to justify their own jobs. So they're constantly coming in with new initiatives. And it's always stuff that takes up teachers' time, but doesn't help the kids. So, you know, you'll end up with like a million things where it's like, oh, okay, we're going to make sure that you've been using 2 different colors of pen when you've been writing in the kids' books, and make sure you've written at least 5 things on every, like, after every lesson in every kid's book. And we're going to, like, check up on that every 2 weeks. And it's like, oh my God, this literally isn't helping anybody. But it just makes an insane amount of extra work for teachers. I hated that sort of stuff. And I wasn't very good at hiding my feelings about stuff. I'm sure you can all imagine. I very much speak my mind about stuff. I find it hard to not speak my mind about stuff, and so I found myself maybe at odds sometimes with the management of schools whenever they started doing something stupid. Did you miss my review of Modern Warfare 3? I haven't done a review of Modern Warfare 3. How would I do a review of Modern Warfare 3, Flipper Kitten? Do you just mean like my thoughts on it? I've done a few videos with my thoughts on it. I did one about my Warzone thoughts. I did a bit about how much I like Cutthroat. I haven't really done one just about in general what I thought of multiplayer so far, because I don't think I've got anything really interesting to say about it. No, the new update's not out till like 6 o'clock. We prepare children both for exams such as GCSE and to produce creative solutions to the problems of our age. The public exams are a massive waste of time, and pressuring kids over public exams is just a nonsense. Secondary school age kids should not be like those exams. I don't think those exams tell us anything useful. I don't think they serve any useful purpose in society other than letting people judge how well a school is doing at doing something completely arbitrary that doesn't matter. It's just like, it's a need. People had a need to be accountable for things, and they ended up coming up with these stupid exams, and they're just terrible.
And securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces, and watch for other operators in the AO.
I see, Andy, I don't even think that's true. The kids often come up with that. Kids often come out with, like, the whole... Oh, God, this Fennec is, like, one of these 12-shot things. That's disgusting. Yeah, kids often come up with that whole thing, like, why aren't we talking about taxes and stuff like that? And, like, the real answer, I think, is really... Stuff like that changes so often, it's not massively useful to teach you... precisely how to do it. It's going to be different for everyone. I think what would be much more useful is teaching people skills about how to learn, how to be critical of the things they learn, you know, how to know what sources you can trust and stuff like that. To me, that's much more important. Stuff like that matters a lot more. So, like, nowadays, I feel like we should be teaching kids how to use, you know, various parts of the internet, and then teaching them how to know what they can trust and what they can't. Like, that sort of critical thinking stuff is so important. And, like, once you teach a kid how to learn, then they can learn anything they want. Like, they can go into any particular subjects if they want to learn history and stuff. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of value in giving kids an overview of as many different subjects as possible. Yeah, just to introduce some stuff as like a taster type thing. Thank you, Shirty. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think there's like a lot of value in introducing kids to lots of different disciplines and industries and stuff like that. I think that's good. But the idea of like forcing kids to write an essay on a Charles Dickens novel, and they can't have the novel in front of them while they're doing it, it's just nonsense. Like, that doesn't help anyone. There's a really cool idea this Indian teacher came up with called School in the Clouds. Well, bloody hell, that Fennec's terrible. I thought it was auto-fire. I'd forgotten it was burst fire as well. That was upsetting. But no, like, exam stuff is a waste of time. We should teach them critical thinking. The other thing we should teach kids is, like, how to live well. You know, like, I feel like I didn't have enough at school of people teaching me the importance of, like, eating right and exercising and like being tolerant and compassionate and socializing and like why you learn etiquette and things like that, you know, why stuff like that can be important, how to dress well, like stuff like that I feel could be quite important. And that's something they used to do a lot of in schools, particularly in like Victorian schools, and then it kind of went out of favor in the 60s for whatever reason. People kind of lost that side of it. They thought, no, we shouldn't be teaching them like social things, we should be teaching them maths and English and science, which, yeah, I don't quite agree with in the same way. Yeah, sorry, oh, the Indian school, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, there's this Indian school, I think they called it School in the Cloud or something, I don't know, some stupid name. But the idea of it was really good. The idea of it was that you set kids problems, you set kids questions, and they're allowed to use whatever they want to solve them. So they can use the internet, they can use Google, they can work in groups, or the entire class could work together, or they can work individually if they want. They can present their answers however they want, and the idea is that you just give them feedback on the stuff they do. And so you kind of, you know, if they've got a question, they ask it and you answer it, but you don't like tell them how to learn. And obviously, you have to teach the basic skills first. You know, you teach basic literacy, numeracy, computer skills first. And then you kind of set them off on something, you know, you say something like, why was Napoleon exiled? And then they decide how to tackle that. They decide to tackle that or something. Or you can even ask a more interesting question, like, why do people still think Napoleon's important? That's a kind of more interesting question. So then, you know, and there's lots of different ways you could approach that. Or you could ask them a question like, this tap's leaking, how do you fix it? Or just tell them to fix it. And they have to work out how to do it. And, you know, they can ask you for guidance, but they have to come up with the questions and stuff like that. And I think that's really good. And the idea was, you know, with that you would still have exams, but in the exams, they can still use Google, they can still work with whoever they want to, because then that encourages social skills, it encourages those kind of critical skills of who do you trust, who do you rely on, how do you be the sort of person that people want in a group. I think that sort of thing, like, there's a lot of, in schools right now, there's a lot of individualism, of kind of everything's on you, you have to know everything, you have to individually be able to do everything yourself, and that's just not how life works. Like, that's not important. Much more important is how to be the sort of person other people want to work with, how to get help from other people, how to make use of the resources and opportunities you have. That stuff matters a lot more. You know, like in school, I don't think there's a part of it where it's like, hey, you know, in the exams at no point is it like, hey, do you know that you should shower every day? That's not something you could, like, we do in schools. But if you have kids working together and kids see like they want to be in the best group who are getting the best marks and stuff like that, then they might realise that good personal hygiene stuff like that is actually kind of important, because it'll make people want to be around them more. You know, it's like, it's a way of teaching all those softer skills that are just as important as the main, as the important stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to kill the pyro. Do you have a key? Do you have a key? Do you have a key? Oh, he does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a key. Do you have a key? No, you don't have a key. Okay. We can't kill the pyro without key. I'm taking fire! And yeah, so I don't think it's about like teaching kids how to do taxes or something like that exactly. It's more teaching kids how to be in a position, or teaching kids to be in a position, preparing them to be in a position where they can work it out themselves, or they know the right people to ask. Like, that's much more valuable, because the way people do taxes will change. It's changed dramatically since I've been alive. I think a lot of teachers do teach like that, Ivan. My maths teacher was pretty good at using real-life examples for everything.
Found some loot.
Marching contract.
I always used to, I mean, in English, I'd always try and relate things to real life whenever I could.
Ultra One, plant a charge on the supply site.
But that was one of the things that did leave me a bit disenchanted with teaching.
Ultra
Was
One,
just
we need
like,
you to target
when
enemy
kids
supply
are
sites
saying,
in the area.
you know, why do I have to study Shakespeare? You can only go so far with explaining the cultural relevance of it and why, you know, being able to understand other people who are very different to them is a good thing. You can go so far with that, but then once you start getting to why do I need to write an essay about the structure of Macbeth, it's like, yeah, fair enough. You don't really. You're not learning anything super interesting from this, from being able to do this. We're not testing anything super interesting about you, that you can do that. Getting kids to regurgitate stuff about things they don't care about isn't that interesting. Obviously, the key to like good English teaching is being able to make kids care about that stuff. But it gets harder and harder. When we used to be able to teach of Mice and Men and To Kill a Mockingbird, that was great, because, you know, there's so much stuff in there that's relevant and it can get them into discussions about race and gender and age and disability and stuff like that. It's awesome. But bloody teaching a Christmas carol to kids. Like, what's the true meaning of Christmas?
Primary target destroyed. Move to secondary.
Who gives a shit?
I see an enemy.
Be advised, targeting operators will put a bounty on your head.
Taking fire!
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking effective fire.
Not gonna get me up now.
Rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right.
There we go. That didn't go terribly.
Charge is hot. Set security and confirm detonation.
Could have been much worse. You work in a country with a lower welfare level than UK and you feel sad when you see our kids, but from what you see it's a good problem. Yeah, probably in the UK it's a very uneven system. Like lots of kids kind of get forgotten about, which is hard to deal with. And yeah, because we have so much focus on individuality and boosting the confidence of kids, I think a lot of kids end up growing up quite entitled and quite like expecting everything to be done for them, and I don't think that's good either. You know, I think
Ultra One, targets destroyed.
there's a lot of space for kids to learn the value of getting on with other people.
Enemy supplies in nearby safes.
You know, not just respecting authority and making teachers' lives easier, but just like being tolerant of other people and people different to them and helping other people, and why that should be a sort of a goal in itself. Being the sort of person who a community likes.
Be advised, you've got an enemy Bashara incoming.
And but Pentameter hasn't done a great deal for you. Yeah. Literature in general, it's one of those things that I've never understood why it's not an elective course. Like, we need to teach English language, you know, we need to teach kids how to read and write and understand things.
Throwing seconds. Took a round. Visual on an enemy boss.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Armored Commander is EKIA. Good work.
Yeah.
Marking enemy fighter.
Yeah, definitely the funding in schools doesn't make sense. But it's also just, I don't think individuality is like necessarily a noble thing to pursue. It's the same as like while I was teaching, in the last few years I was teaching, one of the things that really wound me up,
Ultra One,
like
intel is located.
properly annoyed me, was we were
Objectives
meant
are
to do all
marked
this
on your
stuff
attack
about
map.
British values. And it's like, they were saying that it's like tolerance and rule of law and stuff. And it's like, these aren't British values, these are just human values. These are just things that are good for any society to, you know, care about and aspire to. And they were pushing it as the idea that somehow this was a British thing. And it's like, all this is doing is making kids think that people who aren't British don't have these values, which
Ultra
is
One, supply
ridiculous.
box secured. You're clear to proceed to the next objective.
How have I ended up with 77 grand? Oh, I probably looted one of those people. That probably makes sense, actually. Well, no, but the participation medal, the idea of that, I think, like, the idea of saying to a kid, like, oh, well, you didn't win, but, like, you took part and that counts for something. That's not a bad thing to teach kids. There's so many kids who don't do anything because they're so worried about failing. Like, they won't take part in anything because they're worried about failing. And they miss out on so much in life. You know, they won't take part in sports day because they don't think they're very good, or they won't, you know. So you see it with adults all the time, like adults who won't do karaoke because they're embarrassed about being seen to be bad at it. Or like, I went for a meal recently with a bunch of adults and a load of people didn't know how to use chopsticks and they were like really embarrassed about it. It's like, why should you be embarrassed about it? Like, everyone doesn't know how to use chopsticks at some point in their life. You just learn how to use them, I guess. So it's like giving stuff a go. I think that should be rewarded. And actively, you know, people who didn't give it a go, or people who didn't make an effort, shouldn't be rewarded for it. Making yourself open to opportunities is quite an important thing in life. Something a lot of people don't do. I think there's maybe been... This is going back to controversial opinion time. Personally, I think there's maybe been a bit too much focus placed on... like... accepting people being introverted and just being like, oh, well, they're introverted, so that's fine. It's the same kind of energy as when a kid, you know, you're trying to get a kid to do some work and they're like, but I'm lazy. And it's like, no, you're being lazy. You're not, like, you don't get to just decide you are a lazy person. It's like every time you are lazy, that's a choice. The people who do more than you, they're not genetically different somehow. They're just people who get over being lazy and a bit more disciplined about it.
Ultra One,
And it's like,
activity is
you can learn to
increasing
do
near your
that.
location. Stay alert.
And yeah, you get it.
Ultra
Like you
One,
can see
your
it with
squad
adults
is
all the time.
separated
This
to
whole
get you
idea
stick
of like,
together.
oh, I'm just like, I'm just introverted. I'm just socially awkward, so I don't want to do stuff. And it's like, I get it. Like I feel like that, but you miss out on so much. It's a good thing. It's an admirable thing to be willing to go out your comfort zone and to do stuff you don't feel comfortable doing. That's when normally a lot of your best life experience is happening, is when you do something that normally you'd be scared of. Oh, this gun's weird. It's an M4. What is this? Venom Strike. Is that an M4? Or is it some sort of M13? I don't know. What's my final thoughts about the future of DMZ, Renato? We've talked about it quite a bit in this stream, but I think it's gonna get the Warzone Cold Era treatment. Infinity Ward were the only development studio working on DMZ. They are no longer working on Call of Duty. Well, I mean, they're probably working on their next Call of Duty, but they're not working on the Call of Duty that we're going to be playing from November. So, and Raven have now taken over Warzone completely, and Raven have nothing to do with DMZ whatsoever. So I think it's pretty clear that we're not going to get anything for DMZ. I think when they say that they'll support it, they mean it in terms of they'll support it like how they supported Warzone Cold Era. They kept it running for a while until basically no one was playing it, and then they turned it off. And I think that's what will happen with DMZ. And then probably next time there's an Infinity Ward game, it will come back. I was a bit annoyed that there was loads of people using the video of me talking about DMZ and not crediting me in any way, shape or form. More importantly, all those people who shared my video around, the video from my live stream, not one of them, not one, reached out to me to ask anything, to clear anything up, to ask about context or anything like that. There was a lot of very lazy kind of, journalism's a strong word, but a lot of lazy kind of news reporting there, that loads of people just took that clip out of context, posted it everywhere, and didn't even think to DM me on Twitter and be like, hey, so what did you mean by this? I'm not a hard person to get in contact with. I thought it was interesting how none of them tried at all. He went to a Chinese wedding in Malaysia. They found it hilarious that some people couldn't use chopsticks. Yeah, no one cares if you can't ask. Like when I went for the meal, like I said the other day, and some people couldn't use chopsticks. No one, they were embarrassed, but then it was literally no one cares that you can't do it. And I'll show you how to do it if you want me to show you how to do it. If you don't want me to show you how to do it, I don't care. You ask for a fork if you want. Stab stuff with your chopstick if you want. No one cares. An admirable thing is if you are in a situation where you don't know how to use chopsticks, and then you're like, oh yeah, I would.
Need some cash. Need some cash.
Ultra One, your squad is spread out. Advise you stay together.
What video from live stream? Oh, just where I was explaining what Ted Timmons had told me. That sounded alliterative. Where I asked the creative director of Warzone, of Raven, what was going on with DMZ, and then I told people what he said, and explained what I'm pretty sure it meant. The meaning was pretty clear. I think the thing that was taken out of context that no one bothered checking in with me and asking me about is, it's not like I just said to him out of the blue, what's happening with DMZ, and then he told me that, and that was it. We were having a whole conversation. I just said the bit that was relevant. But yeah, it's there's been so many people kind of questioning my interpretation of what was said, as if they somehow understood a conversation that they weren't in more than I did when I was in the conversation, if you know what I mean. There's a weird kind of a weird thing there. Yeah, people are like, "Oh no, what he meant by that was this," and it's like, okay, right, okay. Being introverted is something you wish you want, but you still try to do everything. The smallest things like a day old and coughing, saying over the edge of nerves. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying people don't feel socially anxious. I'm horrific for it. I hate having to like phone people. I should really ring a bloody carpenter because we've got a bit of coving falling down, and I'm putting it off because I don't have to talk to strangers. But the whole point is like, how you deal with it. You get over it. You push through it. So it's like, even though something's going to be uncomfortable or something's going to be not fun, you just do it anyway because it's like, you need to. So I really should ring someone and try and work out who can fix the coving. I don't know, who would even fix coving? Is that a carpenter? Is it a painter and decorator? Is it just a handyman? I don't know. Yeah, lots of people have said they've got it straight. It's 36 gigabytes apparently. Yeah, a plasterer. Yeah. I have to Google local plasterers. How old is the coving? Not that old, like, I don't know how old his house is, to be honest. Not that old. Why did they open this bit? You don't need the key to do this.
Check. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Was he really? He's wasting the key on all these bits. Oh dear, some people are very silly. Oh well. This is what we want. At least I killed the pyro. I achieved something in this game. And I got a tempered from it. It's always fun. Everything's on fire. Nick Cove and the bad seeds. Good. It's not old Coving.
Extract point.
They have also buggered off and left me, which is pleasant. Oh. Kind of curious if when Modern Warfare 3 launches, it'll only be the core DMZ base that keeps playing, which could make it a really nice mode to play. I don't know who you think the core DMZ base are. Am I not part of the core DMZ base? I feel like I've played it more than most people. But I'm guessing you're talking about people not PvPing. But I love PvPing. It's probably my favorite thing in the mode. That's getting on to the true COD fan talk about Modern Warfare 3. It's like, oh, you're a true COD fan.
Ultra One, you've got hostile Ultra One extraction is inbound at this time. Ultra One, Dino 4 is inbound for extraction. We're racing radiation. It's gonna be close.
I think in Call of Duty, people love to make up little groups where, you know, we've said a million times before, where like everyone who's better than them is like a sweaty try-hard, cracked out on G Fuel, like sitting in their mum's basement, blah blah blah, and then everyone who is worse than them is just, you know, a casual bot, doesn't know anything about the game, doesn't care about the game, not a true fan, they don't understand properly. It's like, in reality, I think everyone just plays Call of Duty and likes to do as well as they can, generally. People like different modes, you know, you get DMZ players and Battle Royale players and Zombies players. People who like to do a bit of everything. But in general, everyone's basically the same. And that's no bad thing.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
I was really surprised, like, being at, COD Next and meeting all of these, you know, incredible people, some of the people from Optic and FaZe and all these massive content creators, and everyone's basically the same. Like, and everyone at COD Next, all the conversations I heard, everyone was basically liking kind of the same things and disliking kind of the same things. It was all very, just like, normal. There wasn't these big gulfs between different groups of people. Right, I think that might be my last game for today. Oh, we've gone for a bit longer than I thought. I am, however, going to go stream some Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. If people want to see that game, I really like it. It's a game, I really loved the first one. It's like a fun arcade racing game. I'm going to see if I can pick up my car first, but then in maybe an hour or so, I'll be live on Twitch. Gaming, how can something so fun turn people into such toxic dickheads? I mean, it's not just gaming, is it? It's like, the same thing happens with sports, the same thing happens with like music, you know, you get people trying to gatekeep and people trying to be very combative about it. I think humans just like being in their own little in-group and then hating everyone else. It's weird. I find it weird. Can we get 7 more likes before we finish the stream today? If there's 7 more people that can like the stream, I'd appreciate it. Then we'll end the stream on 100 likes, and that'd be lovely. Yeah, I'll be back for the Haunting. So the Haunting, I think, goes live at 6. I'll probably go live at like 5, which, Jesus, is in 4 and a bit hours. Yeah, so we will do some... We will be back for that on YouTube. I'll put the event up live in a second, actually. I'll probably make the thumbnail for that. And then we'll be going to Haunting. In the Haunting, I'll probably go into Battle Royale first, because I think that's where the main stuff will be. And if there's a chance of any Easter eggs, that's where that'll be. But then at some point in the stream, we'll try and check out DMZ and stuff as well. We'll do that. Hey, we got past 100 likes. We got to 102. Thank you very much. Right, so I will see some of you over on Twitch if you want to come watch some Hot Wheels Unleashed in a bit. And then the rest of you, I'll see you back here for the Haunting in a few hours. Goodbye.